Greetings, and TGIF, everyone. What's going on? What's happening? How are you? Hope you had a great week. It was warm in Chicago. That's how my week was. Hot. I seen the devil sitting on the curve, so I only went out a couple of times this week because I couldn't get around that heat. It was just too much for me, just too much. But I did go out Wednesday. I had went on and I'm like, okay, I got to pick one of these hot days because I had a few more birthday gifts to pick up. I had a free coffee from Pete's, and I don't know if you have that in your city or state. Peet apostrophe S, Pete's. And they have this particular blend that I love. It's called Major Dickerson. It's a damn good cup of coffee. You just don't understand. And you have to say it like that. And it's a joke between me and my friend because we used to work downtown, but we end up in different departments. And a lot of times on your way home, they have vendors out and they passing out samples. So they were passing out coffee, and I forgot what year this was, 2011 or something like that, 2012, and they were going to open up some actual stores in Chicago because at the time we only had, let's see, what's the name of that place? We had Dunkin' Donuts, Caribou Coffee, Starbucks, and maybe one other car place. So, did I say car? I'm looking at a comment and I just, okay. The answer is yes, he's around. And I'm like, okay, so got a couple of coffee places. Check out what this place is. But my friend gave me a sample and it was great. I mean, it was excellent. And she had told me, and this is the way she told me, she said, girl, I got some coffee for you. And I'm telling you, it's a damn good cup of coffee. And I tried it that weekend, and I'm like, girl, you were right. That was a damn good cup of coffee. So if you're interested, I'm telling you, check out Pete's. It is good. Major Dickerson. It's a dark blend. They have it in caffeinated and decaffeinated. So I went on out to go get that and a couple of more things because I'm like, I want to get my birthday gifts. But what was interesting is all the traffic, and I'm like, what is all this traffic going on? Lollapalooza is gone, so what is the traffic all about? You know what it was? Construction. And I'm like, why are they tearing up the streets? For what reason? People been in the house, offices are closed. You just now opened up everything or some things. So what are you tearing up this major thoroughfares for? What? Why? And then I thought about it. I'm like, you know the answer to that. It's the budget. You know it's all about the budget. So they just torn up the street, traffic all over the place. I'm like, this is ridiculous. And it's warm out here. I left the house at 8:30 in the morning. I was trying to get out, get my stuff, and come on back. I'm like, it's not fair. But yeah, they had the construction going. I'm like, this y'all crazy. But they're gonna keep on with that budget. They're gonna make their money. That's what they always do. The running joke in Chicago is we have two seasons, which is winter and construction, and they are not playing. And last thing I wanted to mention to you guys is this morning, minding my business, trying to get my day started. Took my bath, had my coffee ready, sat down, getting ready to lotion up, and what happens? A knock at the door. I'm like, what? Who are these people? Who are these people? And they knocked on the door, and they were ready too. It was two guys, and they were just smiling, and they said, "We have furniture for you." I'm like, furniture? I didn't order any furniture. So I said, you must have the wrong apartment. And they were smiling. The guy looked like he was trying to look through the peephole to see if he could see me. I'm like, okay, this is getting strange. So I just stepped away from the door. I knew they had the wrong unit, and I just kept it moving. I'm like, interrupting my time. Leave me alone. I tell you. But I was curious, what kind of furniture? Because I could, use another recliner. I could change my recliner. I don't need one per se. It's still okay. But I like free and but no, I wasn't going to do anything like that. Not at all. But without further ado, you all know what to do. We're going to bring the beautiful, the lovely Classic Ruby, everybody. Classic Ruby.
Why, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, good evening. You know, I'll tell you something, Shar, and honestly, a lot of people don't know this. It's a very good thing you didn't open your door. Not only because that has been a successful scheme in the past from serial killers to kill
Mm.
people immediately. It's a scheme that has been unlocked by people several times. What they
Ooh.
do basically is they're casing your joint, right? So they want to know if there's anything worth stealing in your house and if any men live in your house. So, and children, stuff like that. So they tell you they've got this delivery for you. You open the door, right? Normally you let someone step right into the foyer to
Uh
have
huh.
that kind of discussion. And they always have it addressed to a man. Okay.
Mm.
And so, yes, they always have it addressed to a man because then normally someone's knee jerk response, if they live alone and they're a woman, right, is I don't have a husband or there's no men who live here or something like that, right?
Uh huh.
They don't give the smart answer, which would be, that's not my husband's name, right? That's the smart answer. But people don't think like that. They're just so caught off guard by the situation, they tell the truth. And then because they're standing inside the foyer, they can kind of see, hey, you got a nice TV up in here, you got some, electronics around. Are there a bunch of kids stuff or kids running around that might make this more challenging? Or are there animals that might make this more challenging? Interestingly enough, if there are animals, the fact that you've invited this person into your house is going to
Right.
make that dog less vicious the next time they come back because the dog recognizes your scent and recognizes that, oh, my owner didn't flip out last time this scent was in my house. So it actually can be a really dangerous scam. Now, this might have been a complete coincidence, but I'm saying, y'all, if you didn't order nothing, if you know you didn't order nothing, don't you ever open your door for no delivery people who are saying they're coming to bring you something. Because a lot of times it has proven to be a dangerous scam that either gets you robbed or killed. Just say,
Wow.
mm-hmm.
Well, I'm glad that you have that knowledge to let us know because there's a lot of schemes going on. I don't know them all,
Right.
and that's what we do over here. We share. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so that's wonderful. I'm very glad that you have that information to give the people. And wow, they go that far with the dog. Wow. Okay.
Oh yeah, they think about
Gee.
all these little details, and it's funny because I mean, obviously, like serial killers, no, they're just more so trying to get in. Is there anyone in here right now? Because I've been stalking you for a hot second, and I want to kill you, right? But like, when it comes to people who want to rob people, they kind of want the easiest job possible, and they don't want to get caught,
Right.
right? So they're taking all of those things into account. So,
Mhm.
with the professional jobs, these are the jobs that no one ever gets caught, but they've robbed like 25 people in your neighborhood. This is the scam, the hustle that they run. They run that hustle like 6, 8 months before they even rob you. And then they have someone who's kind of constantly watching the place to see if things change. And if things don't change, they have your routine down. They know how many animals you have. They know there's no man up in that house, right? And they
Mm.
go, okay, and there's no extra people. You don't have any teenagers living in there, right? They're looking for everything and they're casing it all with a bare glance. And you think that you're so focused on, no, I didn't order nothing. What are you talking about? Let me look at the paperwork that you don't see that they don't care about any of that. They're looking around. They already know you're going to deny the paperwork, right? So,
Girl,
mm-hmm,
the scams just keep on coming. They just keep on coming.
right?
Wow.
Crazy, crazy.
Well, that's what I was we're gonna speak about tonight is scams, hustling, and that type of thing. But we're gonna start off by warming up. I'm gonna do this will be a weekly dance, good 45 seconds. That's all you need to kind of get it going.
Right. Mm-hmm. I agree.
So everybody, let's get it going. Let's get our TGIF dance on. And here we go.
Look at her. We gon' start this thing around. Groove all in the middle of the night. Come on, come on. Make you a baby, take a baby. Make you a baby, take a baby. Make you a baby, take a baby. Make you a baby, I'm living my best life. I'm living my best life. Ain't gonna make it fall with you. I'm living my best life. Ain't gonna make it fall with you. I'm living my best life.
All
Girl,
right.
the biggest shock in my life, I'm not even kidding, when it comes to TV and stuff, was In the House. And the reason why is because suddenly Carlton Banks was this built, cool, suave kind of guy who can actually dance, who can actually do it. And you're like, what? You mean, like, he did it so well, I thought it was typecast. I thought he was this dorky loser guy who was raised basically in a white world and the white man did. And I really did. Like, I mean, I was young, but still, I really believed that that was just who he was. So when you see him, not that long after in this new show, he's all buff, and then you see old pictures, you're like, oh, he actually had muscle underneath all those dork clothes, and then you see he's all suave and he's all cool and he can actually dance. And then you think about it now as an adult, and you're like, for him to be able to make those dances look the way that they look, you'd have to be an amazing, impeccable dancer. So of course he can dance. I didn't think about that like a kid. I'm like, he's just crazy, dancing like a white person. So
Okay.
oh man, I just remember that. Like, I've never been more shocked. It's like, oh my god, wow, like that's even more than like Stefan or Cal, right? Stefan or Cal surprised me. Okay, Carlton Banks turning into whatever that character's name was when on In the House of LL Cool J. Damn, that was shock. Like, I was just floored. I didn't even believe it. I'm like, did they teach him? Like, is this like lessons he had to take to to be cool, or like what?
So that where that come from? That's why I want to know where that come from.
Right? And how do I get some? That's all I'm saying.
Right. All right. So we're gonna get on with our story. Let's see
Mhm.
here. Let me share my screen. Now with this first segment, share the screen. Where is it? I have it in two different places because I didn't want any problems. Because I knew they probably would take it down. This is
Mhm.
from CNN, and this is
Mm.
the original story. And I saw it last Sunday, and I was going to have it for this coming Saturday for article reaction. But there was a twist to the twist to the twist, and I'm like, oh no, this can be a show all by itself. So um, this talks about the eviction moratorium, and we know that has been extended, and that was pretty much the main thing with this. But like I said, there's a lot of twists and turns and stuff, and let's take a listen.
All right.
Me now. And Congresswoman, wow to you. How does it feel to hear this news of this moratorium tonight, thanks to you?
I'm elated and I'm overwhelmed, because just the thought that so many people right now, millions of people, will not be forced out on the streets. I know we still have work to do, but just to know that this is something, this type of advocacy from the whole community is what could have saved me from ending up on the street, could have saved so many others. And so now that we have the opportunity to help, because we're in position, I'm just so thankful that families like Kelly's family get to stay in their homes. It shouldn't have to come to this, but I'm glad that we're here.
So, Kelly, the Congresswoman saw you last night on the show in the piece about you and your girls. And she said about you and your children, I quote you, Congresswoman, we're working hard for you. And I know what it's like to be their mommy. Kelly, do you have anything to say to Congresswoman Bush tonight?
Yes, absolutely. It's an honor to even speak with you. I'm just so fortunate right now. This is beyond me. You don't understand. Like when I put that up, I never thought that anybody would have reached out, especially CNN, and then to hear that a congressperson, my story reached you. This is just amazing. I'm so thankful for that there's people like you out there. I'm so thankful for it. Thank you so much. I'm sorry.
Kelly, you and your
Apologizing, excuse
family,
me.
no, you and your family deserve representatives that care about you. Our country deserves to have representatives that represent. And so this is the least that we can do for you, is to step up and make sure that you get to stay in the safety and the comfort of your home while we work on other things to help make sure that your life and the lives of your children are better. This is our work. So you don't even have to thank us. This is our work. This is the least we can do for you.
Kelly, I just am watching
So much.
your daughter who is reaching out to pet you. I think when you were a little emotional there.
They're the sweetest.
Your wonderful
I don't know where I would
children.
be without them, honestly.
So moved by, well, they are beautiful, smart, wonderful little girls. I mean, I was looking at them. Congresswoman, can I ask you, President Biden did admit, there's this wonderful news, but that a new eviction plan might not hold up in court. Here's exactly what he said.
Any call for a moratorium based on the Supreme Court recent decision is likely to face obstacles. Bulk of the constitutional scholarship says that it's not likely to pass constitutional muster. Number one.
So, Congresswoman Bush, what do you do from here? Are you confident that this fix will hold?
I'm confident that what we're going to do now, which is what we are asking people. We're asking people in communities to go and volunteer to help to make sure that this rental assistance, this $46.5 billion that's available, where it's only $3 billion of it already spent, that we help get these resources out to those who need it. That's where the work is right now, getting these resources out. We got 60 days. Let's make sure that people are able to apply, that we make that process seamless, and that we get the money out to the landlords and to those where this money is supposed to go. In the meantime, as Congress, we have to move. There is so much more work to do. So this is just the first step. I am confident that we are going to now shift gears into making sure that this money that the states and all these localities have is actually pushed out to the people.
Congresswoman, thank you so much. Kelly, thank you so much. I'm so glad to meet you, although obviously we are so far away, and happy for this news for you and your children. They can get back to being little kids. I'm amazed you had them sit so perfectly for so long. Thank you.
Beautiful.
And we should just let you know, Kelly, the GoFundMe just went up to $97,000 while we were speaking. So, thank you.
I'm sorry.
I was just
What
saying
did
the
she just say?
GoFundMe is now at $97,000.
The one that was at 89 a minute ago?
Yes.
Is she?
Yes, $97,000.
This is crazy. I'm sorry. This is crazy. Oh my God. She just said it's at 97,000 right now. This is crazy. Thank you guys so much. Oh my God.
You and your family are worth it. You and your
I
family
can't-
are worth it. You're worth it. You are worth having
This
your
is
needs met.
Just yesterday, just not having a clue just yesterday. This is crazy to me. Like, this is crazy.
Community.
Oh my God. There's so much support. This is great. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Kelly.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. I'm okay, girls. I'm okay. I'm okay.
What a difference. What a difference you can make as individual people, someone in Congress, for all of us to play such a small role in making a difference. for one family. Thank you, Kelly.
I, I just feel bad because I know they want to see me happy, and I just keep crying. I don't know how. I have so many emotions right now. I don't know how I feel. Like I'm like in denial. I'm confused. I'm happy. I'm excited. I'm ecstatic. I'm confused. I'm sorry. This is crazy. I don't even know how to describe this. This is just crazy.
Rest.
It's okay.
Rest.
It's okay.
Thank you.
All right. I see a couple of people asking some questions.
Uh-huh.
Well, it was how much? It was $89 and it had been up for a little while. And then during the show on CNN it went up to $97,000 and it continued to grow. Now,
Uh-huh.
Ruby, did you want to say something about to share the screen so people can see where
Yeah, a
you're
couple
referring?
things.
Okay.
First thing,
Uh oh. Uh oh.
no, honestly, I
You
never
scared me.
understood. I never understood people not looking at this story and feeling something was wrong, because I always felt like something was wrong with the story. I really did. I didn't know exactly what it was. I mean, we black folks, so our kids come out all kinds of colors. So, I mean, it wasn't just the color of the children or their features necessarily, but in combination, it just kind of felt like those kids have nothing of her, which was a little weird. But other than that, it was her. Her demeanor doesn't make sense to me. Okay. And I say that because as someone who studies human behavior, she is reacting like someone, not someone who is relieved, but someone who is almost more afraid,
Yes.
right? Like she seems fearful and overwhelmed. She does seem overwhelmed, but not the kind of overwhelmed you are when you are relieved and like happy, like I can't even believe this is happening for me, right? It's
Yes.
the kind of overwhelmed, like, you know, the jig could be up. This is getting too big for you to handle now.
Hmm.
And so she's saying a lot of things that are true, and that tells you she's a really experienced grifter, because experienced grifters rely on the truth to sell the lie, and that's why she was able to do it for so long, because she's relying on true statements. It's just she's allowing you to assume the reason why she's overwhelmed is because, oh my god, I didn't know people out there loved me and cared about me, right? And then the news people fill in the gaps. So you assume you've heard her say a bunch of things she never actually said. So seriously, I mean,
Yeah.
just the whole thing just seems so scammy. Like, even the kids, I'm watching those kids' eyes, and the one on the far left, that's the oldest one,
The oldest
obviously,
one.
right?
Yeah.
That's clearly the oldest one. You know why? Because she hasn't bought in as much as the other ones. Said, "Oh, this is my mommy, and I love her so much." She just hasn't bought in, right? Like, she seems a little bit disinterested. Her eyes dart up, and like almost like, in a half eye roll at certain statements that are made. Right? She's doing things slightly different than the other kids. You can never look at the babies, because honestly, babies will just, they're different. They're a different breed, right? But when they get to like 8, 9, 10, there's only so much they're willing to do, right? And so I was watching this, I'm like, no one else watching this story. I mean, it was flooded all over YouTube. It's like, oh, this poor woman, da da da. Oh yeah. And the thing is, what pisses me off the most about this is that it's a fair point, and it's a fair statement, and it's a fair issue. Like, they brought it up in this newscast, right? So each one of the states got $45 billion, literally to resolve this problem. Literally to resolve this problem, so that way people would not be kicked out of their homes and whatever, in the middle of a worldwide pandemic that's still ongoing, right? But the states, like, it's different than the different cities within a state, right? They're all still governed by the state. The states are all technically individualized entities, which means they can choose to do whatever they want, technically, with government funding, right? Which is why they will turn around and occasionally tell you, as they said, well, $3 billion of the COVID relief fund has been spent. They're pledging to spend even more money of the COVID relief bill to like do stuff for cops, not for COVID, for
Right.
cops,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, it's like they're bringing up valid issues. And that's why this pisses me off. And I'm guessing that's
Mm-hmm.
also why she was so overwhelmed and fearful because she understood how much bigger than her this was getting. And when anything gets too big, when anyone gets too famous, there's nowhere to go but down from there, baby. So,
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
hmm
Let's see if I can find. I was looking for this clip, and I think I don't have the clip. Let me see. Nope. I thought sure I have that clip. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna give up because I want to go. I want to show one clip to go to the next clip, but looks like it's been taken down. Uh, boo! Hiss, hiss, hiss. Okay, well, it's not that important, but I would have liked to show it. So what we're going to do next is show the GoFundMe because that is what we want to go into next. Now the
hmm
GoFundMe, like I said, it's been up for a little while. There was nothing but $89 in there, and then during the show, you heard how much it was. So I would say maybe just a few days later, it wasn't that long,
hmm
it increased to, and that's what I want to show. We go back to that window. I hope this is the window. If it's not, I'm just going to cry. No, I'm not going to cry. I'm just kidding. Oh, it's not. Goody, yay. I got the right window. So let me share that. Boop. All right. Now let me go so I can read this if I can actually see it. Uh,
Damn.
where is the darn thing? It is so small on my end. That's the only thing I can. Okay, I got a bigger. Okay. All right. So it actually a few days later it went up to 225,500.
Oh,
Then this is the
that was
GoFundMe.
a so from the news report where it was at 93, then it
Yes.
went up like just in a few days up to
Right.
220. Okay,
Right.
wow.
It made it to 225,500. So that was the most that it made. So well
Well,
at
on
that
the
time
screen
a
it
few
says 233.
a few days later it went up
Hmm
to 225.50. Now, well not right today, but on
Yeah.
the ninth, it went up to $233,815. And she was extremely happy, as you've seen. Now she only asked for 2,000. That's all she asked for, and
hmm
that's what I really wanted to show because I just mentioned about the $89, but you can't beat that, can you? Ain't that nice? Woohoo!
Wow. Wow. It's still up.
Oh yeah, it's still up. So there was a revision, you know,
The
and
revision.
yeah, it was a little small revision.
Slight revision, right? Little retraction, little revision. No, no big deal, guys.
Right, just a little small one, and we'll talk about that a little later. But
Mhm.
I want to go on into the gentleman. He's a content creator, and he did the story. And I understand he's about the story. He wants to get the story. He wants to share it. He wants to get views, likes, clicks, shares, money, and all that stuff. So hey, got it. Understood. So he's a
Right.
little bit much, and
Mhm.
but we're going to play the interview that he has with the friend of the actual mother. Let me flip.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah, so we're going in order here. Let's see. Which one is the window? It's got to be this one.
And y'all,
Let me
for
make
the record, my calmness is a front. Okay? This makes I'm furious. Like, man, I had to just leave the story alone. I was furious. I would have tore up my whole house. Man, I would have went on a rampage. I would have just been chopping off heads left and right on the internet. I had to leave it alone. I had to. That's how angry this made me. Like, I'm telling you, this is a front, y'all. I'm keeping it together. I'm keeping it classy for Char's panel, but y'all,
Yeah, I laughed when you were ready to say something. I'm like, uh oh.
right?
That's all I could say was, uh oh. I ain't
I
know
was
what to go come out. I'm like, oh Lord, help me.
Girl, I was shy. I was like, listen, okay, I can't go fully in. Shard's doing a thing here, right? We gotta let the story unfold for those who don't quite know. And fine, I can't say nothing. I can't. I was gonna try. I was gonna try to say nothing. Y'all don't know yet. Nope, nope, couldn't do it. You don't deserve a pass. No.
Okay, so he got a hold of, what happened. So he saw the mother have a well, the mother did a video. So he's about to play that first, and then he's going to interview the friend. So let's start there. Let me find the play button.
All right.
Where are you? My screen's got screens.
Right? Or get ratings. You're useless. Sorry. So here's the mother.
Hi, you guys. My name is Shadia Kilo. I'm at work right now. My friend did a video for me, so you guys, this is what's going on. I know it's weird that my friend did the page for me, but me and her have been best friends for years. And the reason she did the page is because I don't know what to do in this situation. And the situation is very difficult because I'm a single mom of 7 kids. And I'm pregnant, and I'm working at the MGM. So basically, I work 2 jobs. I go from one job in the morning at 9 a.m. to another job in the afternoon at 5 o'clock, so 12 o'clock. And it's just devastating because you think you know people, you think people would have the best interest in kids and having the best interest in your own kids. My situation is, like she posted on Facebook, you guys, my ex baby daddy, or the father of my kids, shall I say, I dropped them off for the week because they've been staying with me for years and years. Like, literally, I have proof documents, I have school papers, people that could witness and vouch for me, that my kid's been with me for years and years. And I'm not trying to brag or not even trying to make it seem like, yeah, but right is right and wrong is wrong. So I dropped them off for a week. They were supposed to go there for a week, and we are supposed to be helping each other with the kids, where he'll have them for like a week or so. And I'll have them for most of the time because I've been with them and I'm their mom. Now, what's messed up is, now I would have never got upset if he did it, maybe, but what's upsetting is that another female could actually claim your kids, go on the internet, and say that they've been living with her, and basically is fraudulently lying, saying that the kid's been living with her, and she's racking up all this money from you guys, from everybody. Everybody's sending her $1,000, $2,000. And don't get me wrong, if it was true and those were your kids, God bless. But those are my 3 little girls, and I already have 3. I have 1 in my stomach and 3 at home. Those are my kids I've been struggling for years with, and nobody cared. Now all of a sudden that she's on there with 3 of my kids, everybody wants to sit here and send her money and help. And I feel like that's so wrong because it's not even her kids. She's not the mom. She doesn't have the right to do that. You don't have the right to sit here and post my kids on the internet.
She's a lot more patient than I would be.
And that's what they did.
I would be
and that's
so
why I'm so
ripshit.
upset. I don't know what to do. So I'm in a situation
She
where
sounds helpless,
I would wish that you guys would understand that my friend did this video on Facebook for me because I don't know what to do. I'm at work. I missed 2 days of work, and now I'm trying to see what can I do. And it's frustrating and it's hard. And like I
I
said,
see
I'm a
lemon.
single mom of all 7 kids and I'm pregnant, so I'm about to have the eighth one. I'm at work in the bathroom right now doing a video to tell y'all this is real. This is not fake and this is messed up.
This is sad. This is really.
Now, my take on it is that was a 3 minute and 30-second video, and she told us several times
Mhm.
that she had 7 kids and she's pregnant now. She got 2 jobs. And she
Mhm.
told us that over and over again. So now that you're focused so much on yourself, I don't believe you that it's not about the money.
Mhm.
And she had a friend, which he's about to interview the friend to set up on Facebook, and I think also YouTube as well, or something other, to um, put information out there. Now, I'm gonna leave it at that for right this moment. Go ahead, Ruby. I'm gonna leave it right there because I'm gonna leave it there.
Now, of course, it's about that's the disgusting thing about everyone in this situation. No one cares about those kids. Okay, it's about the money. This is how you know that little Miss Scam Artist Hustler is an idiot and is greedy. Because had she said, "I will split the profits with you," we never would have heard this story. Real talk. We never would have heard this story. She's upset because she didn't come up with the idea first to use her kids as a profit machine. That's just what it is, right? Because and on now, all that money coming into her, and that she didn't say, you're putting my kids' identities out there. I'm not happy with that. They're being blasted on national television. I'm not happy with that. I'm not happy with you, kind of putting my kids up as, looking like charity cases. No, no, nothing about that. It was all, how come she getting all these money off of my kids? 3 of those kids is mine.
I had kids all the time. They
Right.
always be with me. And I
Mm-hmm.
had dropped them off for a week, and y'all, I didn't know what to do. And so I went to social media, of course, because I don't know what to do. And I had my friend to, take care of that for me. Because, I'm at work, I'm a mother of 7, and I'm pregnant right now, and I got 2 jobs, and I don't know what to do, and I don't know what to do, and I don't know what to do.
Right. Because I mean, I would just wonder, in all this, you don't know what to do. Did you go get your kids because you're just so upset about the situation? Or like, is it more a situation of, no, you still don't want the responsibility of your own kids. You don't care about your own kids at all. It's just, where's my money at? Probably because she caught wind of the GoFundMe and the hustle. She went to this woman, and maybe the woman said, "I'll break you off a small piece. I'll give you 10%. My idea, my hustle, you get a 10% fee because I couldn't have pulled it off without your kids because I don't know, you keep making kids you can't take care of, right? Because really, she's the one who has 8 children, right? The other one clearly only has one at max. And I don't know where the fourth kid comes from, right? Because only 3 of those are hers, right? Is the fourth one the scammers? I don't know. But the point is when she went to her and said, "Yo, you better break me off a piece of that," because I saw my kids on the news and whatever. She didn't hear what she wanted to hear, and now she don't know what to do about what about the safety and well-being of your kids. Everyone knows what to do about that. You don't have to go to social media about that, right? You can just go get your kids, and then she can never go back on the news with your kids because you have them. Oh no, didn't want to do that. So what are you confused about? Mm,
Oh,
okay.
yes, and as it continues. But Vonda, go right on ahead. How are you doing? Welcome.
Hey girl, hey.
Hey, Shar. Hey, Ruby.
All
Thanks for
right.
having me.
Anytime.
Okay, so she was able to receive these kids because the kids went to go and stay with their father. Is that how she got the children?
I don't think it was far. See, my initial understanding of this was that the children were with the father and then this woman dated the father. But that's not what this mother just said. She said that her and a friend made up an arrangement where they were going to do this. So I don't know. Like, it's weird because now I'm like, because she's not using specific names, like, is the baby father a friend? I don't know. She seemed to have just brought that up out of the blue. Is it that this girl is the friend and they said, okay, we're going to make an arrangement for us to take care of our kids together? Because people do that, right? Friends do that. They get together and do that within a community. So I'm not 100% sure. Hopefully, because I initially, that's what I thought. Initially, I thought that it was about the father's girlfriend is the person who's a scammer, right? But I don't know. That's not what she just said.
I am thoroughly confused there.
Okay.
At any rate, I mean, this is not this woman's children, and how she's able to, receive, GoFundMe's for $200,000. How does she even put herself in a position to say, I need help me and my children, and those are not your children?
Because it's a common scam right now, right? People are putting out those GoFundMe's, right? They're getting their little maybe $1,000, maybe 3 or 5 if you're lucky, right? But it doesn't turn into an international story or an international issue, right? But when you have a single mother of 4 kids, that's not the special part, and all the 4 children are clearly biracial, racially ambiguous, therefore beautiful and maybe slightly worthy of societal protection, that are about to go homeless, then everyone cares, right? Because those kids they pass the paper bag test. So she didn't realize what mess she was making by the children she chose. And if she had chosen 4 dark-skinned children, we wouldn't know that this was a scam she was running. She would have gotten her little $2,000, which is all she was into scam for, like the majority. A lot of people are doing this scam right now. And so she thought she was just going to be one of those. That's why she's so overwhelmed. That's why she said, oh, I'm so overwhelmed. I can't even believe. Did you say 93? Oh, shoot. 90 over 99,000. Oh, my gosh. Over 99,000. That's like federal. Oh, God. I'm so scared.
Exactly. And it's all fraud.
Yep. And that's why she's tripping at the number, because she knows that, because she's a scammer. So she understands that now the numbers have gotten out of control to a point where she might be risking real, like, federal prison time. She's not sure exactly how this works, but she knows that she didn't want it to be here.
I'm going to bite my tongue about a couple of things because I know, the end of the story, I guess, and then I have my commentary. And there's a part that I'm going to play that I have no control in stopping. I'm going to have to stop and talk about it. I've tried it 3 times. I could not get through it, so I already know. I'm like, that's why I said no way I can do this for article reaction. It just wasn't going to happen.
Okay.
All right, so I may stop it once or twice with the friend. I got pretty good. I can stop it maybe 1 time, but I'm gonna try. I can't promise you anything. Okay.
That's all you could do.
All right. So let me play it.
Let me mute up. Keep myself shut up because I don't know.
This is the friend. This is her friend. She didn't know what to do, so she called her friend, and she set up social media. That's what the great idea was for the solution. So here we go.
I don't want to pronounce your name the wrong way. Is it Lemuriel?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, I called you Lemon by accident. Somebody was messing with my producer was messing with me. But welcome aboard. So you're friends with is it Shadia? Is that how you pronounce it?
Shadia.
Shadia. You're friends with Shadia. So how did you guys first find out that this was happening?
So Shadia's current boyfriend's sister came over and knocked on the door and let her know, hey, your kids are on CNN. They're viral. Pretty much wake up, do something, look at this. So Shadia calls me, of course, at 2 a.m. because I guess that's when they noticed it. And I'm like, oh my God, like he only had them for one of the kids' birthdays. He does not have custody. They live with Shadia. She has the school paperwork, the birth certificates. They've even lived on and off of me over the 10 years. David has even lived on and off of me for over 10 years. And for him to sit up there and let the girlfriend pimp his kids out is disgusting.
Yeah.
Where was he at? You know, this is.
That's what I'd like to know.
Okay, so my original understanding was right then. So it's the baby daddy's girlfriend.
Yes, baby daddy girlfriend, and her friend is telling all the juicy details, saying everything, just lips just running. Now, so far we know that the story changed a little bit. Now, the mama said originally when she first found out, and she was in the bathroom, that he can have have the kids for the week. Now it's supposed to be just for the birthday, according to the friend. But that's okay. I'm listening. I don't care.
Oh, anyway, that's a whole damn lie. Let me. No. Okay, I'm gonna tell you why I know it's a whole damn lie. Because how many times has this woman appeared with these kids on live news? You can't tell. So he only had it once for the birthday. Then what? How does she keep getting the kids? She sneak in there and steal them out of the house while the mom's in the shower to do the news show real quick? Like, you can't say that. Clearly, this woman has access to these kids a lot. A lot. Come on.
Right.
Come on.
And I didn't want to say anything originally, but it's the dad. He's the Einstein behind it, and the mother said, I can't believe she did this and whatever. I'm like, the dad is the
Yeah.
Einstein behind this, and that's why I said I didn't want to say anything yet because I
Mm-hmm.
know the end of the story.
Mm-hmm.
So, but now that he's been introduced, now I can say something.
Right.
Well, he's not completely off the hook. I mean, it's because of him that she was able to gain access to his children.
No, he's
And
completely on the hook. Oh, no.
yeah,
No. She didn't have no. Okay, think about it this way, right? Honestly, and
she's
I'm going to say, you
she's
know
the
what?
face of it.
She said something at the very beginning, though, right? And this is where I kept, when I first figured out that she was a scammer, because I saw, the news thing about it, and I was like, hmm. But then I listened to something, and she says things like this. She said, "This is how you should know that these are not her children." She went, "No, they are like the sweetest kids in the world. Like I honestly love them." No mother would say that about their own kids. No, I swear, I honestly love these ones. My kids are great, so I honestly love them. Right? Like that's something that like a step parent or a friend or a godmother would say about the kids, right?
Right.
But the way that the kids are with her, it suggests to me that daddy is the orchestrator because those kids don't have loyalty to her, but they do have loyalty to their father. So their father is the one who told them to sit there and play this game. We're going to play a little game, and the best one who plays the best game is going to be daddy's girl, right? Like
Yep.
this is not something that the stepmother could do. Let's pretend that the mother's not lying. And so she did have her kids for the majority of their upbringing, right? Which is why the oldest one is not buying in.
Hmm.
And then maybe in the last year or two, the father has been maybe, caring for them more. Well, again, the kids are not going to love stepmommy. They're not going to look at her like she's a mom. So why are they calling her mom? A couple of them did it because they're getting paid either by validation or attention or maybe real money for the older one, right? By daddy's love. So he's a 1,000%. It's not even like, well, you got to blame him too. No, you have to blame him first, right? She's the face. She agreed to do this, but it was his plan. She wouldn't have done it if he didn't have this plan. 100%.
Exactly. And I was just, at the edge of my seat when, the mom mentioned, how could she do this? I'm like, stop it. But, I
Hmm.
couldn't say that out loud. I had to keep it to myself. Had to have conversations with myself, but now I can say it.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
we're gonna listen to a little bit more. Like I said, I don't know. I'm gonna try.
Ugh.
I got to stop in the stream twice when it came down to the friend. I don't know if I'll be able to control myself. I'm gonna do my best. I already warned you. So here we
All
go.
right.
We're gonna push the button. There we go.
What is his deal?
I don't know what his deal is. Like, why didn't he get on the show and say something? And why did he let his girlfriend do it? From
Yeah,
rumors, he was at the plasma center so he can have an alibi when all the shit hits the fan.
I think that he didn't do it because, quite frankly, the single mother of three is a lot more appealing to people than, nobody feels bad for a woman with a boyfriend. They'd be like, why can't he work? Why can't he pay the bill?
That's true. That is
so
very
he's
true.
got to get out of the picture if they want to make more money. You're not going to get on TV if he's around. So is he a douchebag? I mean, you got to be a pretty big douchebag to allow another woman to pretend to be the mother of your children.
I mean, I'm here to tell the truth, and from just past experience and everything, he's a complete, total douchebag. I won't go into details, but he's put Shadia and those kids through so much. He's a complete douchebag.
Okay. What are you calling those children's father a douchebag? Why are you buying into this with the guy? He's asking you questions. You can be more professional than that.
Right.
These children will see it. Some of the children will see it. You're talking about the father.
Mm-hmm.
You're only supposed, if you're supposed to be helping Shadia, your friend, just give the facts, the most important stuff. But now you're just talking too much. This social media thing is just a bit much. But it gets worse. I'm gonna have to stop it one more time. I feel it in my bones. Here goes.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Didn't even work when he was with Shadia. She works.
So he doesn't work?
He wasn't working when when him and Shadia was together. She was the one working while he set up and played the game. And she had to go out there and figure it out for her, the kids, and him.
Now, who's that was her apartment? Did they live together?
They do live together, and they were facing eviction, but they could have just left it at the $2,000 instead of bringing kids into it when she doesn't even have kids that aren't hers. Shadia is pregnant and has 7 kids and works 2 jobs.
Yeah. And so, because I'm just wondering, where's their furniture? Like, why don't they have beds there? They don't have anything?
I feel like they chose to buy other stuff than furniture. Like, it's just him and her there. They don't really need furniture.
Do they have substance abuse problems, or do you know that you know of? Oh, do they really? Yeah. Okay. I mean, that would make sense.
Somebody's smoking something.
She's showing her marks. I don't think those are plasma marks. I think that's something different. But yeah. So how have you thought about? I want to get Shadia on. I mean, she's trying to get on. If you could tell her that I messaged her on Facebook. I friend requested her too, Clarence Woods Emerson. So I could talk to her on there if StreamYard's not working for her or whatever. But I definitely like to get her on because I definitely have some questions for her. Because so he doesn't have custody. So why the hell does he have the kids? Why did she give him the kids?
They pretty much just went over for a visit, trying to co-parent or whatever, let him see the kids. They went over there for a visit because it was one of the girls' birthday. Shadia even brought food because this man didn't even have food to provide for them for the visit while they were over there. And he kind of been working this scheme up since July 14th, and we didn't even know. So I guess CNN came in the meantime, and he just was like, oh, I'm keeping the kids until the GoFundMe clears. That's exactly what he told her. He told her he would give her $9,000 and just to be cool.
Oh.
Okay.
What I say.
$9,000 and just be cool.
What I say.
At the time that they had this conversation, it had already went up to $225,500.
Mm-hmm.
And he offered $9,000.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it went up now. Well, you know what? I take that back because they could have known him. It probably was the 89,000 after they got off the thing, and then because they talked the next day. So take that back. So it was at 89,000 when he offered her 9. So he offered the mama 9. That's 3,000 a kid, and him and his girlfriend keep the other 80.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So that's what that was.
Scandalous. That is very, very scandalous.
So mama wasn't interested in that.
No, of course not. But here's the thing. Mama's not interested in the well-being of her kids either. And her Asian friend is the person who's letting us know what kind of person she is, because birds of a feather flock together. This woman is more interested in painting a picture of the father being some ancient dude. Yep, they're definitely on crack. Like, she's trying so hard to paint, though, he's only had the kids one time. Like, she's not even trying to be consistent with what her friend said or what reality is, clearly. She's sitting there painting a completely different picture altogether. So what are you on? This Your lie doesn't make sense, right? You came up with a lie that covers, well, why does she still have the kids? Why are the kids still over there? Although, to be fair, if the father doesn't have custody, if it was in his custody agreement, it doesn't say that you can't take those kids back out of the house and bring them back to your house. Well, then guess what? They couldn't just say, too bad, I'm keeping them. That couldn't happen, because you could just literally go to the court, call the police, go get your kids. So, and she's a woman. So no, I don't believe that, A. B, though, CNN, that's not the first time that this woman was on the news with these kids. So if that was the first time they've seen the kids and how long or had the kids, then how did they get the first stuff? Doesn't make any sense. This is like the news is saying, hey, listen, we're going to save you. We found your dream come true. But before that, there was coverage of her. So please, like, it's so,
The passion, if that's what you want to call it, that she had. I had the kids all the time. I have them all the time, and I, had dropped them off for a week, and I'm like, okay. But this guy, like I said, I get him. He's interviewing, he's doing his thing, his channel. I got it. But he's asking, why does the father have the kids? That's his children. He can have the kids. You don't have to have full custody, half custody. If you don't have anything in writing, them still your children. You don't have to share anything, not legally.
That's very true.
So for him to throw that out there, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna leave it alone. Like I said, it's probably for the channel. But she's the friend. Let me cough here. Excuse me. The friend is just more than willing to just say it, just tell it all. Now, I don't know if you heard it, but the kids had stayed with her at one time, including the boyfriend.
What?
Yeah, she said that the kids had stayed with her as well as the boyfriend before.
I mean, honestly, I don't believe nothing that this woman says. To be honest with you, I don't, because she's there for her 15 seconds of fame, right? Like,
I believe her though. I believe her.
Well, do you think it's possible that, this whole thing started as a scam and the mother was in on it, and then when he, because it's not in her name, she has absolutely no control over it, and he's like, you know what, I'll give you 9,000, and she's like, F that, you guys got $89,000 in that fund, and these are my kids that I bore and I take care of, and you're only going to give me 9,000? BS.
Yeah, that's exactly what I think.
To blow up the whole ring. It's all blown up. She's blowing up the spot right now.
I don't think mom was in on it. I don't think so, but
I do. You know why? Because of what she said earlier. So she said, she goes, at least if it was him who did it, right? It's the father who did this, it would be a different story. But like, I don't see why the girlfriend should have to profit off of my kids. They're not even her kids. Wait, what? So you would have been fine with this in general if the father of your children had quote unquote lied about him having custody of these kids and being the sole person. You would have been fine with all of that as long as it was the father. That means you knew about this hustle and that's what you thought the arrangement was going to be. And then they had a quick discussion about it and figured out no one is going to help a single father of 4 kids, as sad as that is to say in our messed up society. No one cares about a single father with 4 kids. No one cares to financially support them. No one cares if they end up going homeless. No one cares. They don't. It's just what it is. So they said, no, we're going to do, girlfriend, okay, you're going to do this. All right.
Yeah, that's why she was the face of it,
Exactly. right? And that's what she didn't like now at this point, because that means the girlfriend, A, gets a piece, which she wasn't expecting to have to happen. She thought it was going to be like a 50-50 split, 50% for her and 50% for them. Then it's like, no, we'll give you a finder's fee. You didn't do nothing. Right. And honestly, she doesn't have to give you nothing because she's my girlfriend. She ain't like no, sorry. And now they're all blowing up the spot. They're trying to paint that man in the worst light. They're going to paint her in the worst light. Like, no, I'm sorry. I do not believe that they're just innocent, because nothing that she's saying makes sense. Like,
Yeah,
either of these two women.
it didn't it doesn't really gel together, because there's no way that this woman is, I mean, it's possible, but to me it just seemed like she needed a little bit more cooperation from some parents before she would be able to take these kids, create this whole story and nobody know about it until it shows up on television. Stop.
Why didn't she call CNN? Think about it this way. So you've seen your kid on no less than 2 media platforms, right? Like real big news stations. Why didn't you call the news station? Why did you go to social media?
Well, let me answer that.
Mhm.
One, because that's the answer to everything. Social media. Let me tell all my business. That's one. And then two, she did contact CNN, and you'll hear that from the mother shortly. We're almost done with the friend
All right,
here.
let's go. I'll shut my mouth. All right, let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, let's find. Yeah.
So he told her that I'm gonna keep the kids until the GoFundMe clears.
Yes, like I have so many text messages that she screenshotted me of him, and he's pretty much telling her, "Oh no, tomorrow." So he's basically trying to hold the kids until the GoFundMe clears. And regardless if Shadi has legal documents or not, as far as custody in place, that should be illegal. That's like holding the kids for ransom. He hasn't had them all these years. They're being the primary care.
This sounds like kidnapping.
Right.
Stop it.
Like, so has she reported this to the police?
They pretty much said she needs like a custody paper, which I don't understand why she would need a custody paper when she's had them at her house living there. They go to school from her
Those are
house.
the rules.
I don't understand why she needs a custody paper if he just ups and one day be like, "Oh, I made 230,000 in GoFundMe. I'm gonna keep the kids now." It shouldn't be that easy.
No, it should not be. I feel like these things should be taken
There's no
care
court
of in the
papers.
courts ahead of time. So neither one of them on paper has custody. This is just kind of like a gentleman's agreement. Like you'll see the kids when you see them.
Pretty much, yes.
Okay, and now he's taking advantage of them and holding on to them for as long as possible till the cameras stop rolling, so that he can keep collecting money off of this for as long as he can, and then you'll get the kids back.
Yes, that's what he told.
Okay, so the police cannot do anything about this.
She was supposed to go down and make the report against.
She ain't going nowhere. She ain't been all these years. She ain't going.
It's not.
What had happened
gonna
was
She needs to get on here. We should can figure it out.
Yeah. Can you message her and ask her? Message her and ask her what's going on. Because I told her I sent her a Facebook message.
Yeah.
So I'd like to definitely get her on here if we can. But anybody have any questions for them in the comments? Let me see what we got here.
So many.
Mia, let me borrow your phone again. Maybe I could put the cameras up. Unlock it.
So Shannon says someone contact CNN so they can. But here's the problem, Shannon. It's like, what does that mean? 1-800. Hello, 1-800 CNN. Yeah, I'd like to talk to your. I'd like to talk to Jake Tapper, please. Can you put him on? Oh, you guys got this. No, the problem is these people. You can't reach them.
Yes, you can.
Do your thing.
Very
oh, there she is.
How do I do it?
Look, you're on camera. I put the phones together, crazy.
What does that mean? 1-800.
Can you see him?
So there's definitely an echo because she has her. She has got the show on in the background.
He said he sent it to your Facebook.
Just tell her to message me on Facebook. Just tell her to message me.
Message Turtle Boy on Facebook.
Clarence Woods Emerson.
Clarence Wood Emerson.
I sent her a friend request.
Yeah,
that's me.
Live.
I'm gonna bring this one on and Okay. All right, there we go.
There you mama, there you go.
All right. So can you do me a favor? Can you turn the volume down on your computer?
Okay, hold on. I'm about to. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, hold on. I'm about to. Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you fine.
There we go.
Okay. So thank you for coming on. I'm sure this is a really pain in the ass time for you right now. So nobody has custody. That's the problem here?
Nobody has custody.
Okay.
Nobody's been to court. Nobody went to court. We did not go fight for custody because we're supposed to be on the same page of, hey, you have them for a couple of days out the month. I have them for a couple of days. And we're going to work with each other to be there for the kids.
When is the last time you saw the
Right, a couple of days here, a couple of days, but
Right. So you're on the same page on that. That means you've been sharing custody the whole time. You're a whole damn lie, y'all.
But even if they haven't, if there is no court order, that man can come out of the blue, pick those kids up, and never bring them back. And there's not shit that she can do about it. There's absolutely nothing without a court order.
But she said it. She said, because we're supposed to be on the same page where he picks them up and he has them for a couple days, and then I have them for a couple days. And so, she's sharing custody.
I ventured to say that was their agreement, but I bet you that man never picked those kids up.
I don't think so.
Or it was very rare and it was very sporadic. He picked them up when he felt like it, when he wanted to, when it was convenient for him. It wasn't a regular thing. He didn't get them on a regular basis. And she probably did have those kids a majority of the time. But that's just what it boiled down to. That's the man that she had kids with. They had an agreement and he just gets them whenever he wants, which is why she was so willing just to let them go just like that. Because she stressed out. She wanted him to have the kids. She stressed out.
Him to. Right. No, because what she has is this.
And pregnant with an eighth one?
Well, no, what she has is this. She has that deal, right? And a lot of mothers get the raw end of the deal on this one, I think, right? Where fathers have a couple evenings and then weekends, right? So they get all the fun time, and then mom gets all the stress time, where you gotta register them for school, get them to school, get them their lesson, get them to do their homework, get them to do all the hard stuff, and then daddy gets the fun time, right? So now, did he take them every other night or every night or every weekend? No. But when he did see them, he saw them frequently. They're lying. So I'm saying it's a whole damn lie. Oh, she never had the kids like ever. That's bullshit. He just never had them for anything important. You were the responsible parent, and he had them for fun time. I'm going to pick the kids up this weekend and bring them to this. I'm going to pick the kids up this weekend and bring them camping. I'm going to pick up. He was the fun parent, and he saw them during fun time, evening and weekend. That's what I honestly am getting from this. And so she is lying. They're both lying by saying he never saw the kids before July 14th. Really? At all. He never saw these kids, ever. I don't believe that. I'm sorry, I just don't.
But it's a good chance that he probably, the last time he saw those kids before July 14th was the Christmas before that. So he may have seen those kids on any type of regular basis. But whenever he asked for them and he asked for them, knowing they were probably going to do this scheme, she was like, okay, great. He's asking for the kids. Great. Take them. I'm stressed out. Now I have a question. She has 7 children. Did she send all 7 of those kids there? Are all 7 of those his? Or just the 3 that we saw on camera?
The 3 that we saw on camera, we know for sure that those 3 are his.
Mm-hmm. The other ones might be a lot older, right? Like they might be either of age already or close enough that they just live their own life. They don't even know we're babysitting them during the day, right? So we don't know about those kids.
You don't know yet, but you're going to know.
Okay, let's break it down. Okay, I need to figure that out. I can
argue with Vonda later. Let's go. Let's hear
exactly. Wait, you have plenty of time, Ruby.
And I'll try not to argue with her too much. I'm gonna try to get past this. Do my best. Here we go.
All right.
The kids.
Like 5 days ago, and I'm still waiting for them to come home because they start school today.
Have you talked to him?
I talked to him this morning when he must have realized that everything's hitting the fan, and then called me and asked me to stop. You should have never put my kids on TV, period.
Yes, of course.
That lady is not the mom for you to have consent for them to be on there. If CNN is knocking on your door, you should have called my phone and said, hey, I have your kids here. I mean, I have the CNN here, and the kids are here. Do you want them on TV? I would have flat told you no.
Yeah.
You want to be claiming some kids, go find somebody else.
She
to
can't
claim
make
the
that
kids, leave
decision.
my kids out of it. My kids don't need to be on TV.
Those
She
are
just
his
admitted it.
kids too.
She
Right.
can't make that decision. If you didn't have enough wherewithal to go to court so that you had primary custodial custody of these children, just because they're in your custody does not mean that you have the legal right over them. You didn't do the due diligence. You have to go to court, and that's one thing that people do not do is they do not go to court a lot of times.
Right.
And so, hey, he has just as much right as she does.
And she's
He
not
only
going to
saw
go
those
to
kids
court.
once in their life. If his name is on their birth certificate, he has just as much right to those kids as she does.
Her friend
Oh,
said
God.
that shoot, I lost my train of thought. But anyway, it's his kids too, and he doesn't have to call her and say, "Hey, can I put our kids on CNN?" He do whatever we
Nope.
want.
He don't have to say nothing to her.
Exactly, and he
If
did.
he wanted to register them for school and keep them and let them go to school where he's at, he has every right to do so.
Right. And furthermore, she's admitting to the scam, y'all. Y'all listening between the lines. Listen, this is what she said. She goes, and how dare you put my kids on TV? I never agreed for my kids to be on TV. You had no right to put my kids on TV. She didn't say you had no right to run the scam. She never said you had no right to put my kids on GoFundMe. She never said you had no right to go and ask for $2,000-$3,000. She never has. She even at one point said, well, she should have just asked for $2,000. Like, I'm telling you, she knew that this scam was happening. What happened is this scam blew up too fast, too quickly for all of them. None of them expected that it was going to get to hundreds of thousands of dollars, or none of them thought it was going to get international recognition, but they all knew this was happening,
Well, what
including
we're
her.
seeing right now is what happens when greed enters the picture.
Thank you.
Because
Greed.
if the mother knew about it, and this, I'm sorry, and this fool is only giving her $9,000 for the kids that she carried and bore, and she actually takes care of them. It's like, that was a pretty shitty deal. He didn't have to be that, disrespectful. It's like, damn, are you serious? And then you're going to send all 7 of these kids. I don't know what the story is, but you're going to send all 7 of these children back, and you only giving me $9,000? You know what? I'm about to blow the spot up. You better get out of here.
All right, I'm play a little bit more. Let's see here.
My kids don't need to be shown on there.
No, not at all.
If
And
I want to show my kids, I can show my kids.
did you
Like,
ask
this is
him?
my youngest,
Like, did you? Oh, hi. Hey, you.
and then this is my son.
Oh, hi, son. Now, those kids the kids on TV are 3, 5, and 7.
No, they're 8. The oldest one that was patting her back, she's 8.
Okay.
The other one just turned 6, and the other one's 5.
Okay. So, and they're sitting there and they're comforting her. And so they've obviously been coached to say this is their mother. Did you ask David, why are they doing this? Why are they pretending that this is mom?
And I asked him, why are they calling her stepmom? I mean, don't get me wrong. If you're in a relationship with somebody, of course, you're going to sit here and the kids is going to feel like, hey, let me call her mom or let me call her dad. Till this day, my kids in my house will not call my boyfriend dad.
Well, they shouldn't.
Call him by his name.
Yeah.
Nate.
Yeah.
That's what they call him. So out of respect, I guess my kids do have some type of feelings for her because she, has been in and out for a couple of days out of the year.
How long they been dating? How long they been dating?
Probably like 2 years or a year.
Okay, so they know her pretty well.
Those are 12 years to
Right,
children.
but
That's a long time.
You see, Vonda?
That's
You
a
don't
long
see
time.
The right
Come on.
to sit there.
Come on. Listen.
No, you know what? That's just more evidence. And you know what? The fact that those kids are so comfortable with her, they've been in her life for the last 2 years. They know that lady.
Thank you. So that's what I'm saying.
So I will
She's-
agree with that. They know that lady. This ain't the first time they've seen her because they're sitting there and they're just as, but those are children. Those are kids. They don't really know what's going on. You could just say,
No, you do.
Come, just sit here and just, hug mommy and just Don't even worry about it. They don't
No,
know.
you know. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Trust me. I was a kid from a divorced family. And so first of all, anyone who comes in to date your parents is a usurper, right? Because you have the fantasy your parents will get back together one day. Um, Second thing is though, is you hate all of your step parents. That is your default setting for a new person walking into mommy or daddy's life is I hate you. And then they have to get to a place, they have to earn your like and your respect and your trust and your love. And even for them to call you the word mommy, especially when they have one living, yo, that's a real deep established relationship that you have to have with them before you would get anywhere
But
near that.
see, the only reason why I say that is because she just spoke about her man that she's with. They call him Nate. So they already know mommy has a boyfriend and daddy has a girlfriend. We
Uh-huh.
like Nate and we like daddy's girlfriend too.
No, that's not the way it works. Trust and believe. I'm telling you, it's not. As a kid of a divorced couple, it's not the way it works at all. See, this actually gives you a little bit more insight into, well, who are the kids more comfortable with, mommy's boyfriend or daddy's girlfriend? And if they're more comfortable with daddy's girlfriend, that should tell you about the level of that relationship and how much time they've spent with daddy's girlfriend. That's all I'm saying.
Which
That's all
means
I'm
they have
saying.
been with daddy.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm sorry. It's like their lie is falling apart.
I be having my kids all the time, and yeah, oh boy.
Hmm. No,
All
you
right.
haven't. I'm sorry. No, you haven't.
Mess.
And put them on TV and have them sitting here pounding your back like you guys are really going through something. If you want to see something going through it, you could come live at my house with a little 2-bedroom and see all these kids here.
Yeah. No.
What's Nate doing? What Nate is doing? Y'all, she sound like they living bad up over there. What Nate doing? Does he work?
Shoot, Nate is hitting it in the back.
And
Nate,
Nate got to be the father of that 8th child that she felt she had a need for. If you already got 7, but no judgment there. No judgment.
Right. 7 that you can't take care of. Nate clearly don't clean. I'll tell you that much. And I don't think he works either because they have a very small box. She made sure to show us that, and it's so chaotic, right? Things are just strewn everywhere.
She needs a new. You know what? I'm okay. Just roll it, Char. Roll it.
Okay.
You contacted GoFundMe or CNN?
I've tried days since I found out about it. I've been calling, and that's why I called my best friend crying and letting her know I don't know what else to do. I'm trying to get a hold of CNN and let them know that they are putting a fake story up. What is wrong with you guys? I can show you right now. This right here is proof that those are my kids. Let me walk to the
let's see the proof.
Right here.
And Shadia, they keep asking you why your kids are going to that's their mom. CNN never asked
this is their birth certificate.
They didn't?
You see, this is all my kids' birth certificates to show you guys.
Congratulations. You pushed them out of your vagina.
This is
Good
where
job.
they're at. This is where they live. And this is a struggle when you're in a little apartment like this with all my kids' pictures up. And I don't even go on site online to beg for money.
We need, so here's what we need people to do watching this. Everybody needs to contact the media about this, okay? Any blue check mark, contact Fox News. They would love this story because you're being like that's their primary competitor is CNN, and they're literally spreading fake news to get bills passed, and so this woman can make all this money off of your kids. What is that feeling like to watch another woman on TV pretend to be the mother of your children? That's gotta hurt.
It hurts. It does. And like I said, it's not about the money. I could care less. I'm working too.
No, it hurts. Bro, someone had to ask her for her to be like, yeah, that hurts to see. She doesn't give a shit about that. That's all she cares about is the money. Stop.
That was the first thing she talked in that bathroom for three and a half minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at my job now. I got 2 jobs. I got 7 kids. I'm pregnant now. I got 2 jobs.
Well, you being pregnant now ain't got nothing to do with your baby daddy that got the other kids. That had nothing to do with him. That's on Nate. Nate need to get another job. I'm sorry.
Right. Like, I'm sorry. So she says she's living in a 2-bedroom. I'm telling you,
Yep.
every time she says something, she just disproves herself. So you're trying to tell me you're fitting seven and a half children, right? Because one's inside of her, plus 2 humans, right? 2 grown people inside of a 2-bedroom box.
Yeah.
I don't believe you. I
That's
don't.
I do.
that's too much.
It,
That is
it's
too
Mm-mm.
it's
much.
tough the way it looks. Oh yeah.
Oh, but all of the kids are small. That's what I'm saying. She has so many kids, right? Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if she can't keep track of where any of them live. I'm not even kidding.
Oh boy.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
yeah,
Okay.
that's right. I said it. And what? Bartend's gonna come for me. It's all right. I'll take it.
Okay.
Feeling like to watch another woman on TV pretend to be the mother of your children. That's gotta hurt.
It hurts. It does. And like I said, it's not about the money. I could care less. I'm working 2 jobs. I got a baby in my stomach, on my feet, 24, feels like 24 hours a day. But that's not the point. The point is courtesy. It's morals. It's about life. I don't care if you get the money or not. What I care about is why use my kids? Why didn't you put single female needs help with eviction?
Right.
Why did you drag my kids into it? Because you know that's going to get you more money.
That's what I said.
Kids are going to get you more money.
Yeah, and the fact that
I'm not sitting here filming my whole little family. Excuse me, mommy. Can we go ask Nick because he has you.
And Fox 5 didn't come out, but those 3 kids that are on CNN were not there. They're being held for GoFundMe ransom money, so they won't post the story.
now have you contacted what the Las Vegas police tell you?
They said I have to have court papers saying that I have full custody of them.
Okay, so that's to get them back. But I'm more wondering, what if you contact the
They
police?
can't help.
What if you
They don't
contact?
want to help. They can't help. They don't want to help. They said I have to go online and figure it out and get
Go to the courts.
But what if that's to get them back? What about if you report her for the fraud because she's committing a crime with the fraud? Oh, the poor kids.
They're not saying, hold on, baby, you want candy? Mama,
I feel bad even having you on here. You're so busy.
right.
Then leave her alone then.
I mean, this is sad. This is sad. This is what this woman's dealing with. If anybody deserves to have a rent paid, it's you. But you actually work for a living, unlike her.
Fine, that's not cute. Okay?
You need to tell him what the Fox 5 told you.
Tell her what?
What the Fox 5 told you, because remember they came out?
Oh, the Fox 5 did come out here, but they don't want to put the story out because I don't have my other 3 kids here.
Well, yeah, because they're over there.
Right, so they don't want to put the story out. They did come and talk to me.
How'd they find you?
But it didn't go nowhere. It went nowhere.
How'd they find you?
I do not know. Somehow they called me.
Well, Fox 5 did take their story down. Did you notice that? They took their story down?
Yeah, they took my story down, but they haven't posted it.
No, they took
said they have to
the
review
story
it
down
because-
about her. I think they realized it's a scam.
Oh,
They never posted nothing on TV.
Yeah, and they should. Is there any, like, we could talk after. You can give me the name of the reporter. I can contact them. I want to start putting pressure on these people to report the truth about this. And people watching out there, go and report this GoFundMe. I would even recommend calling the Las Vegas police because what is happening right now is somebody in the city is committing a crime. They're committing fraud. They're literally lying.
They don't care, and I already told you that. I'm sorry, I had to point this out. Baby daddy lowballed her. Now she's mad. That's cold.
That's what we've been saying, though.
That's what it sounds like. You know what? I'm a little upset that I don't think he should have did her like that. You know, if he knew he was getting that kind of money, you know, they're both gonna do it like that. He really lowballed her, and you know, he was dirty for that. You know.
You know, I have an issue though. I have another issue. So here's my thing. I have seen them do countless stories of people and all they got is a picture of their kid. I'm being serious, right? So if these are your children, right? Why would Fox News, who is a competitor, right? They're on a different rhetoric level, right? They do the opposite side. So they love to basically go against anything that's liberal. So something proving that, oh, this liberal story is a scam, they have definitely gone against legitimate stories for less, with less. So if this woman had any proof at all that those are her kids, like pictures of her and these children and various events throughout their lives, other than saying, well, I have birth certificates right here. Look, I have paper. I have a bunch of pieces of paper with their names printed on it. Okay, but do you have like a picture of them at this birthday party or any birthday party or first day of school or Mother's Day or something? Do you have proof that those particular children, not the rest of your children, but those particular children live with you? Well, I ain't got no proof of that. I could prove it if they lived here, but they don't live here right now. So since their physical bodies are here, I have no proof. That doesn't sound right. Like, y'all do you guys not understand what Fox News does? Like, okay, I'm sorry if you're a conservative, okay? But Fox News goes forward with almost anything, things that are bordering on libel. They don't care. They don't. As long as it's anti-liberal, they will go for it. And going against this particular story of we should help the single mothers not get evicted, that's like literally their jam. So the fact that they wouldn't go forward with this when apparently she's legitimate, I mean, she didn't have enough proof. She did not have enough proof that those children lived with her ever, or that she was primary carer of those kids ever. She doesn't have the proof of that, because if she did, Fox would have went through with that story 100%.
But see, I think what it is they probably stopped with the custody. I mean, to be honest, if she wanted to prove that she had those kids, all she has to do is go and get their school records. When did that fool ever take them to school? And the school district in which those kids go to school in. That is very, very easy to prove. And nowadays, when you register your children for school, you need to have a utility bill to show where you live. So it's very easy. Those kids are school age kids. They're 5, 7, and 8. They're school age. She needs to go to the school, get their freaking records, and then prove the point that the kids have been in her custody. Because if she's taking them to school every day and they're seeing their father sporadically, not saying they don't even know their father, they know their father because they didn't look like they were in any type of distress sitting next to his girlfriend. She can do that. But she's got to think. That's why I'm thinking, she was part of it. And the fact that he only want to give her not even, 10% of the money, and him and, homegirl just gonna pocket the rest. And it's like, dude, are you kidding me for real? Okay, well, if you're not going to give me, my due, then I'm just going to blow everything up. And then, we'll just have to sort it out after that,
Projection is a common both defense mechanism and tactic, okay? For those in the audience who don't understand what projection is, it's when something about you and yourself is true, right? And so you project that onto other people. Instead of you owning it and claiming it, you put it on someone else, right? So if I know that I'm a hoe, for example, right, I'm this big hoe, right, and then another woman comes up in this chat room and I don't like her because she's getting attention I want, what do? I go, that girl's a hoe, right? And here's all the ways I know she's a hoe, even though all she said is, hey guys, right? It's projection, right? You're projecting your identity onto this person, a part of yourself that you hate onto this person. Now, again, when you look at the two living situations, I'm just being like, keep it 100 here. Which one of those two places, if CNN just shows up at your house, knocks on your door, right? You're not going to have everything in perfect order for them, which means it's going to be about as good as it normally is. So look at that woman's house, the scammer at the beginning, right? Those are not her kids. I'm not saying that's okay. I'm not. But if you look at her place, and then look at their place. They had way more time to prepare for all this, for the record, right? Because they knew they were going to go on this defensive attack. That's how you live. But the father and the mother, they have substance abuse problems. They're ate shit parents. They this, they that, right? But you have a bunch of pieces of paper proving you pushed these children out of your vagina, 100%. You have a bunch of pieces of paper proving that your children are registered in school. That 100%. I'm sure she has that as well. She has lots of pieces of paper, but she had nothing that Fox News, of all outlets, could not grasp onto to prove that not only are you the mother of these children, but that you are the primary carer of these children. And so this is one big scam. When they would take almost any evidence like almost any evidence at all, just to be able to go against this liberal narrative. Like I'm
Hmm.
no, no, no.
Okay, well, let's see what else going
Now I
on.
hate everybody. God damn
Because
it.
they had already passed the moratorium, so I don't know really what else can happen. But let's see what they say.
All right.
About having all these kids to make all this money. This is a crime. Never mind the kidnapping aspect of this. The fact that they are defrauding their people who are donating to them.
Right. And that's the part that upsets me. Because everybody's sitting here feeling bad when I'm the one here with 7 kids, literally, 2 of them on my lap, 1 in my stomach, and I come from work and deal with this too. Why you don't feel bad for me?
You know what?
Where's Nate at? That's all I
Mm.
got to say. Where is Nate?
And Nate feeling
Mm.
bad for her. That's what he doing. He's feeling bad for her.
All right.
You know,
All right.
Nate don't sound like Nate is helping with the stress of anything, but he laid up in your house. What is Nate doing? And he done laid up and gave you that 8th baby. What the hell is Nate doing?
Right. And then where's the father of the other kid?
Nate, damn it.
I
Nate
wanna
is
know where
eating
the
up
father
all
of
the
the
kids' cereal, is what Nate doing. And greetings, everyone.
Hey.
How you feeling, nobles?
Salutations, sir.
Good
Salutations.
evening.
Nate in
Someone was
there.
looking for you earlier. I think it was
Oh,
Deacons of Defense was like, is Cerulean Gray still around? So hopefully he's still inside the chat now. Hmm.
yeah, Nate in there damaging those kids' cereal.
Yeah, that's probably what's happening. But
He in the
Right.
background with a bowl right now, like, put that camera over here.
you know what? So somebody sitting down in the corner. So I don't know. Could have been Nate.
Hey, if
Mm.
you slow it down, you can hear the crunching.
That's what
Nigga
that
eating that
was.
Captain Crunch.
Right? I knew I heard something.
Okay.
But you know what? I realized, listening to this story,
Mhm.
this chick that's on screen right now that's talking about it's all a fraud. All of this shit was her idea. See,
Okay, let's listen to what
we
you got
as
to
men,
say.
we not too clever to do all of that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm about
Some of the
to use this.
details, yeah. Okay.
I'm about to use my side chick or my girlfriend to put out there. Like, dude's not even thinking that far ahead.
Truth.
She, on the other hand, is, and I'm putting in perspective.
Okay.
Now, this society does have a heart of sympathy for women with children.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Until it gets to a certain point, society starts losing sympathy for for women with children. You're like, you remember the lady that had like 10 children by like 15 baby daddies,
Hmm.
right? She was like 15 and 10 from the field, which is shit better than fucking Kwame Brown's record,
Dang.
Hmm.
right? She's 10 and 15, right? Had 10 kids with 15 assists,
Okay.
right?
Mm-mm.
Society didn't have any sympathy for her.
No.
That's true.
Now, let it be like humans. We have a number problem, right? Where a number gets too big, our brain just shuts off around it, right?
Hmm.
Think about it. Dylan Roof, killed like 6 people, injured another 12, 18 altogether. We're like, oh man, that's fucked up. That's a tragedy, right? They're like, well, Hitler killed like 6 million. Our brain ain't even registering. Our brain ain't even registering like 6 million. Like shit. Like, well, at least they got out of there. At least they got tried at Nuremberg, right? Because our brain can't even process when it gets too large of a number. And it's the same way with women with children. I say humans, when we start losing sympathy for women with children, once the children make it beyond 4.
Okay.
Once women make it beyond 4 children, society stops losing children for. Think of the Octobomb, right?
Yeah.
Remember the Octobomb? It's like,
Yeah.
damn, this like
like this bitch had to go overboard with 8. Like you
8 was
could
enough.
No, I
like
would say 4 pregnancies because you know what? If you had one kid and then another kid and then you have sex couplets, people are gonna care, right? Because no one plans for 6 children at once. So I think it's like the 4 pregnancies because if you get past 4 pregnancies and you choose to go through with the 5th one and you can't take care of the product of the first 4, then we start blaming you, right? At that point, you're old enough. You have enough experience to know you can't handle more. So what the hell were you thinking trying to have more? And then you double that number and you have number 8 coming. No one cares about your feelings anymore. Like you
yeah,
wanted
like
more.
four kids like that, like 4 kids is the cutoff for society to have sympathy. Like once you get into 5, it's like, hey, yeah, you're at that point now. You're at the threshold, right? You're beyond the threshold now of sympathy,
Mhm.
right? And then don't let it be like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You have a whole like,
Step. Yeah.
yeah, you end up having a whole Sesame Street program, right? The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
11,
11,
12.
12.
12.
right? They're like,
Okay.
oh shit.
That's what's
It's
happening
like,
here, sound like.
Mhm.
then people start looking at it like, you should have probably paid more attention to Sesame Street when you were a kid.
Well, let's get past some more of this. It's going to be interesting because I know we're going to stop it several times. So
And what I was
play a little
saying was
bit
that
more.
she
But go ahead.
knows that. She knows that. And I bet you she's
Oh
got
yeah.
some kids by a black dude, right? Which also is not going to gain her a whole lot of sympathy. Understand, this
Mm.
society, white women with mixed children, society has no sympathy on them. The only people that have sympathy on white women with black children are derelict Negro males and grandmothers.
Isn't she Latina? Isn't she considered Latina? Submissive?
Well, let's see. Latinas classify as white.
Right.
Okay.
Latinas classify as white,
So you're
right?
saying the
So,
society? Okay, I get you. They're not going to. Okay,
see,
gotcha.
society don't see a Latina woman. They don't even hear
Okay.
her accent when she talking. What they see is what's in front of her is a white
Mm-hmm.
woman with 8 kids, and some of them look like they came from the United Nations.
Well, yeah, and that's why at the end of the day, this woman would have said, yeah, have your girlfriend be the mom. Because when you look at a single Latin mom with 8 kids, they think illegal immigrant and a bunch of stuff. So there's no sympathy there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Currently, the way that, the liberal trends are running, at least, right? A single black mother with 4 kids. I mean, you have like the white savior complex and whatever, right? So even if it's from a perspective of looking down, they don't know any better. They're just gentle savages, right? The point is that if you want to run that hustle and it's a sympathy hustle, right? Latina mom versus black mom, the black mom is going to win the majority, right? Because they're going to get the black vote and they're going to get the white savior vote, right?
And
So,
basically, this is how you know that the white chick is the one that orchestrated all of this, because she put the mixed children with the baby daddy's girlfriend, right? Was like, this looks like a believable situation. Understand?
But those were his
White
children, though.
those are his
white
kids.
dudes,
I think the other ones aren't his kids.
exactly. So you put the ones that are black, right, and put them in the kind of like the Christian Children's Fund back in the day for just 40 cents a day. You can support this child that has flies all in his eyes.
Hmm.
And he's so hungry he can't even blink. That fly just sitting on his eyeball, right?
Okay.
Lord have mercy.
And,
Mhm.
and that's what she did to monetize those black children, because she's not going to get any sympathy as a white woman. I don't care if she's identifying herself as Latina or whatever. She's not
Mm-hmm.
going to get any sympathy, not from any self-respecting white woman, or or any white male. Because a white male, see a white woman, or even a white identified Latino woman with dark skinned children, and they're like, she's done. That's the way they operate. And so, how do you monetize children that her peer group like frowns upon her for? Oh, put them with the dad, and let's run this thing where, kind of like back in the day when people would be like, let me claim your children on my taxes,
Yeah.
right? It's the same principle. It's just the mother ain't shit. Now they keep talking about is money. Talk about it's not about the money for me. Bitch, every damn sentence out this motherfucker's mouth is something about some money.
Exactly. The only thing about the kids and being a mom and how it hurts, the only thing she said was when the man asked her directly. She's like, yeah, it hurts. And then we're right back to the money. It's not about the money for me, but I'm the one who works hard. And I'm the one who's this. And look at
And
my
what it,
pregnant belly, guys. Why doesn't anyone feel sorry for me?
and do you know why
Right.
Fox News ain't covering it? Because of the current racial atmosphere. If you notice, Fox been trying to become more diverse, right? Like Fox Soul, right? They got liberal leaning whites out there now. Hell, Tucker Carlson trying to become a liberal white, right? Because he don't want to get quote unquote canceled. So they're not going to touch this story with a 10-foot pole because of the current atmosphere, right?
Interesting.
And then on top of that, if those are his kids, but just a different girlfriend, he has every right to those damn kids as she does anyway.
Exactly.
Why? Because the moment she turned them over, that put them in the custody because possession is 9/10 of the law.
And that woman did enter into like a step parent role to those kids. So if you just leave the step out and call her mommy, hello.
Y'all, hold on.
listen-
Y'all, wait. I got some information here because I was sitting here thinking, because people were talking about whether or not, they could go to jail for this. But you know what? She doesn't technically lie on the GoFundMe anywhere. She just says, my name is Kelly and I have 3 daughters living in Nevada. She never says she's a single mother. She never says she's a biological mother. But now listen to her update, okay? Because this
Can
is
you hold
interesting.
off on the update?
Oh,
Because I have that.
okay.
I want to play it for everybody.
Okay. I'm done. I'm sorry.
All right, so
No, let
let's
me
go
mute.
ahead and play this. Roll this beautiful beam footage.
Like,
Yes.
I don't feel bad for her. She was never a dealer, right? She made that all up. She never a dealer.
Yep.
Yeah.
He probably knows if Shorty did a GoFundMe and it was to go for viral, that he wouldn't get the money off of her. The money would go to her kids, a house, and things like that. Versus his girlfriend, she's pretty much being pimped out in his hooker. So the money is going to go to him and his con artist gangbanger family.
Is she a hooker?
Just based off the family tree, I would say yes.
It looks like it. That's what it seems like to me. I don't know how she's making $5,600 a night, like she claimed.
Well, hold on one second. This piece of shit, this white dude is a piece of shit. Let me tell you something.
I've already, I didn't say it that way. I just said he has a channel, he wants views, so you got to excuse him.
And see, if you really examine just life in general, right? We all are prostitutes. If you think that going to work at a damn job, slaving to make somebody else more money than you get working that job is different from a chick going to walking the street and laying flat on her back, then you have problems with delusions. One is exchanging their time. The other one's exchanging their time and their body. Oh, excuse me. Both of you are actually exchanging your time and your body.
Yeah. Physical labor, whichever way it
This
is.
is about, is she a hooker? First of all, what the hell does that even have to do with the subject?
You have to just ignore him. That's why I already gave my disclaimer. I'm like, hey, I had to use the footage, but just kind of
He's a tabloid.
him.
Yeah, he's
But
a
see, here's
tabloid.
the funny-
He's looking for trashy. He doesn't care if it's true.
But see, here's the funny thing, right? They say, oh, black women so bad, right? But you listen to the white bitch got another white bitch in her ear talking shit about the baby daddy.
Yeah, I'm upset about that. I've kind of covered.
And all that they talked about is money.
But it's not about the money.
Like, well, if it's not about the money, why would her being a hooker matter? Unless you're talking about money. Oh, she makes $650 a night.
So wait a minute, who's the hooker?
The girlfriend wrote on her bio, whatever bio that was that she made, shoot, how much was it? 5,600 a month or a night for whatever the job she said she had. So he's going by that, and that's why he's asking. But I think now he's about to ask a question about the dad and listen to the girlfriend.
Based off the family history, yes.
Oh, that's her family history?
Yeah, her family history and David's too.
Oh, what's David's family like? Family of criminals?
Crook con artists, gangbangers.
Come on.
Oh, that's lovely. Okay.
And I mean, the girlfriend just running her mouth talking about the father. The interview's supposed to be with her.
Thank you. You're not these kids' mother.
Mm-hmm.
And she's still talking about this man. I mean, that's what that really bothered me earlier. I calmed down a lot, but
This is reality. This is reality. What happened? She put the scheme together. The father realized, oh, I got custody and possession is 9/10 of the law.
Right.
So technically,
That's
the money
true.
does belong to me. So what he did was he got there like, hey, I didn't expect this thing to go over $2,000.
Right.
Let me give you 10% of that. And then the white bitch was like, I need half. Like, bitch, you ain't getting half. You ain't even got these kids. I got them. And the only way you can get them back is if you send the sheriff over here and you need to possess proof, which this motherfucker hasn't as of yet. What is a birth certificate going to tell you? Look, people put up their kids for adoption. They still have the birth certificate.
All it tells you is who pushed the child out. That's what a birth certificate tells you, is who carried the child, who pushed it out. That is it.
People lose their kids and they get caught up in the system, go to CPS, go to Boys Town, the group homes, grow up in foster care. And parents still have the damn birth certificates. That don't prove shit.
Yeah. I reserve my right to comment on everything you guys are talking about after we get to the GoFundMe part, because now everything I have to say is related to knowing after the GoFundMe part. So I have so much to say. I'm not ignoring y'all, but
I hear you.
I got.
Let's move on.
No, I understand why
All right. Anybody else have any questions? Is there anything else you'd like to say about this? I feel bad even having you on here. You seem so flustered.
I just wish we can get the GoFundMe down. Like, we sent over birth certificates, school records, and everything, and they did not even say nothing back. And it's been 2 days. I don't
Because
understand
that's
why
not
it's so
proved.
hard to reach these people. And this girl blew up in what, 2 days?
Yeah. Report. That's one thing. Everybody report that GoFundMe. Everybody just bombard. Search for the name on Twitter, Dasha Kelly, and then find any blue check mark who has tweeted about her and just bombard them. Say, report the truth. Report the truth. If hundreds, thousands of people start doing that, it's going to catch their attention, and they're not going to be able to ignore that. This is fucked up.
First of all,
this is the thing.
What?
This is the thing. I'm not trying to sit here to bash no one. I'm not trying to sit here to press charges on no one. I just want you guys to understand the real truth. She is not the real mom. I'm the real mom. I've been the real mom. And I'm here all the time at work. And then when I come home, I barely am home.
Once again, money.
I leave at 9 in the morning, guys. And this is the honest to God truth that I don't have to lie about. I go to MGM, and you can talk to all the managers. You can ask all my co-workers. They'll tell you. I basically live there just to provide for them. So I leave at 9 in the morning, you guys. My feet is swollen every day. And I don't leave that job till 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock at night. Why? Because I need more hours. I tell them, why you need to work so much? Because when you really have 7 kids, and I don't care how anybody puts it, and you're really alone, they might say, oh, we help you here and there. Yeah, that's good. Thank you for the help here and there. But can you honestly say that I have that help? My daughter's birthday was on the 29th. Do you know nobody not cared to give her not even a happy birthday? But yet you have the nerve to sit here and put them on the TV right now? Did you think of that? But no. And
money.
Like
Everything
I said,
about money.
I don't care about the money. As a matter of fact, I hope nobody gets money. Do you understand? I just want you to know. This is the real money.
I can't
get I gave birth to. She's seen the birth certificate. I'm just letting y'all know. so y'all can know the truth.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any doubt you're the mother. You're clearly the mother. You look like them. They look like you. They don't look like her at all, obviously. Is David, is he black? Is he light-skinned? Okay, so I'll tell you what, like, two black people are not making kids that look
That
like
dude
yours.
is a
That's
hater.
not going to happen, okay? That should have been the dead giveaway right there. And so we obviously believe they're your kids. They are your kids. But you need to get to the courthouse and get on this, and because
it's so funny,
what
right?
you can do with GoFundMe is you can cash out and like.
It's so funny, right? Because this motherfuckers like him is the reason why you see this massive infestation of fathers, wanting to tear down the system, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because what he just did was say, "Oh, they are your kids. They look just like you." Hold up, he's the father. They're with their father. No matter who the fucking girlfriend is, they're with their father.
Yeah, it don't matter
So
who they look like.
Yeah.
Like, cut it out.
And then you hear the little sneak racism. Is he black, mixed, or what? Oh, then what did she say? She's black. Why the fuck would that matter?
Not at all.
It doesn't matter at all because they did not talk about who the father was. So the father could have been a white dude. He could have been a light-skinned dude, So it's like, dude, that none of that matters. To me, the way he keeps talking about, call it in, hundreds of thousands of people need to call, he sounds like a straight-up hater to me.
Look, he already, see, here's the thing, he already suspected that the children were black just by the way that they look. So this ain't really an attack on that GoFundMe. It's an attack on that nigga. Because in his mind, like, oh, here I got this well, to him probably pretty Latino girl, but I mean not to anybody else, obviously. Which is why she there stuck raising 7 kids by her damn self.
No, don't forget Nate. Nate's there.
We don't know where Nate is.
Nate ain't no goddamn body. Nate is another kid. So really, she got 8 kids and 9 on the way, and a 9th on the way. Okay,
right.
That's who Nate is. He back there fucking up the kids, Captain Crunch and their Crunch berries, right? Eating all their Rice Krispie treats and Lunchables.
Like, someone's got to keep your seat on the couch and on the toilet seat warm. I mean, come on, man. That's
the only reason she reporting
from a man. Very
and
important.
The only reason why she making a big stink of this is because you just heard her. It was my daughter's birthday the other day, and nobody even gave her anything.
No one said hi, anything. He was with. I mean,
man. She's doing this shit to get Nate.
She was with her father.
Look, right. She is doing this shit. She is doing this shit so she can get Nate that PlayStation 5, so that nigga can stick around, unlike the other nigga. Okay? That nigga say, hey, Nate was like, hey, look, I don't get that PlayStation 5, I'm fucking out of here. But I'm pregnant. Like, I don't give a fuck about none of that. I don't get that PlayStation 5, I'm out of here.
Oh, Lord.
Wow.
Let me play some more. We almost kind of at the end.
24 hours. I've done this before. But if enough people report the GoFundMe, you increase the chances of taking it down. So everybody, I just put the GoFundMe in the links. Get on there and report that shit for fraud. That they are not her kids. She is lying. You cannot lie to make all this money. It's a crime. And so I would contact the Las Vegas police, not just about getting your kids back, but about the fraud. Say she's lying and saying they're her kids to make all this money. That's a crime. That's fraud.
But see, it's a projection.
Anyway, is there anything else before I let you go?
No, I just want you guys to hear the truth, and I thank you for having me. And like I said, I just want y'all to know, like, you hear struggles here and there, and you hear about people going through it. I'm going through the most right now, and I wish I could be able to go on TV and go.
You need to go get your kids and get the fuck offline.
I got 7 kids. Can you please donate 2,000 here, 3,000 here, 4,000 here? And that would be great because it would go to the kids. But you're giving someone money that's not the mother of the kids. And if you're gonna give somebody money, give it to my kids. Don't sit here and give it to another person. If you're really giving it to the kids, Give it to my kids. That's the one that deserves the money.
Notice
Not
she
no
don't care that
grown-up
that kid's
claiming
crying.
to be the
Don't
mom.
care at all.
Do you have
That's me
a
doing
Cash
that.
App or a PayPal or a Venmo or something?
Yes, I do.
Ain't
Well,
nobody about to get no
what
more
is it? I'll
money.
just share right now.
Whatever, fool.
Now he's about to
It
share a
is.
cash app,
LL.
Mm-hmm.
but she
I
still got
think
something else
it's
to say.
one.
Can't even get
I
them
don't
all.
want
I
to.
think that was
It's not about.
LL. Okay, all right, gotcha.
It's not about the money.
Okay.
But if you're gonna give money, don't give
LL.
it to somebody who's not the mother. I.e., give the money to
All right.
me.
So there's the Cash App right there if you want to do it. All right. All right. Well, thank you guys for coming on. I really appreciate it, and we'll keep
almost
in
done.
touch.
I'm
And
cue up
and
the
if there's any
baby
more
crying
developments,
again,
we'll
'cause
let our
y'all gonna
readers
cry.
know. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Please, that's all I want.
And then look
people
at
to know.
Yes.
look
The
at this
truth.
We're
big.
gonna spread the word.
And having 7 kids is not easy at all. Even though when I made them and I laid there and had them, I didn't ask God for me to be going through so much. And it's crazy
Oh,
because
there's the sympathy.
literally I do
Who
not
does this
get a break.
remind you
I
of?
can't even have a trip like everyone else is having to Hawaii, to Bahamas. I can't even go out and enjoy a good dinner
Lay it
without
on thick, bitch.
having to worry about my kids. Do you like this is like I haven't had a life since 2003, since I had my first child. And I wish people would understand that.
I get it. Yeah, I mean, you're what that Cori Bush thought she was raising money, like thought she was helping. You're the person that actually needs this sort of help, and ironically, you're not even asking for it. You're working your ass
And I'm
off.
not.
You're doing your
I just
thing.
want you guys to know the truth.
Yeah.
I don't care for it. I'm working 2 jobs, trying to make sure they're okay. I'm trying to I get food stamps
No,
for
she's
them to
not.
make sure they're okay.
No,
Yeah.
she's not.
Like,
Man,
where do you have? How are you able to claim 3 kids and come up with 2,000, whatever?
hold on, Char. I need to ask, Char. I need to ask. How long is that video? How long is that video?
It's
I need to ask.
It's almost over with, but his stream was an hour and 28 minutes.
Bitch got 2 jobs, but she got an hour and 20 minutes. while babies
No.
are crying
That's
in the
me.
background.
That's me
Right.
doing that because every time she talks, she
Oh.
keep whining.
Oh,
Either
Char.
No, it's still a valid point. Listen, she's got 5 kids up in that house with her, right? Or 3 or 4 or 5. I don't know how many.
Yeah, about
Because
4.
4.
Maybe?
Yeah, so she's got 4 kids. They all seem very young, right? She apparently works 2 jobs, even though only one job is on her LinkedIn, and that's shift leader at Taco Bell. There is no second job listed there. I'm sure she would have put it up there if it really existed. Now, with that being said, who the
A
hell is
Mexican working at
watching the
Taco
kids?
Bell. How rich?
Who's watching them kids? Who's watching them kids when she goes to work?
Nate.
Bro, who can find Nate?
Nate
Where
is the-
in the world
Nate
is
is a kid.
Nate?
Nate
The
is
other
Nate
kids
is
went
one
to
of her
school.
kids. He
Nate
don't
watching
count.
them young ones.
He ain't watching.
Nate
That's
is
why
one
they
of the
cry all the
kids.
time.
She got
Nate
the
is
sperm
one of the
for Nate
kids.
now. No,
He don't count.
she got the sperm.
No.
For Nate.
Oh, so y'all just gonna let Nate off the hook?
No, we're just saying he don't count. That's all. Like he's not like someone that watches children. He's someone who comes, eats your food, gives you some good D at the end of the night, and that you have to take care of, right? Like he's not like a child carer. Come on.
Right. Okay, she got 30 more seconds. Let me cue up the baby. Listen to her cry.
All right.
All right.
Nate, like, bring some of those
It's
nachos
immoral,
home.
like you said. It's wrong, and it's a real travesty. And shame on CNN for promoting this for their own ratings or whatever. So, thank you for coming on, and we will. I'm sure we'll keep talking.
Thank you so much.
Good luck with those kids. Bye, kids.
Thank you.
And
Bye,
look
kids.
At,
Hope
look,
you see your siblings soon.
and look at this
Bye.
big broly heifer in the corner.
Right.
That,
Get
like,
off, baby boy.
Oh, she finished talking. Okay.
oh, look, United Nations. Look at that. She got a baby from every damn continent.
All right. So that was.
How you got kids that span landmass like that?
Wow.
I think I heard one of those kids had like a New Jersey accent.
Stop it. Now that was. Let me see what the date was.
You see him with that stolen radio, that stolen car radio in his hand, baby.
No. This was the what date is this? I gotta find it. Let me see. This was the
You know,
5th.
Latinos are better thieves than niggas.
This is the 5th. So on the 10th, we have the mother um, upset, or, well, yeah, she upset. She did a video by herself. Now, but first, we're going to show the
Mm.
GoFundMe,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll explain her video. Let me see. Where's my share button? I'm on the wrong page. All right, share. Boop. And it is, where is it? I think this is it. 194, is that it?
You know, it'd be funny if her baby daddy goes by Big Nate.
Yeah.
Oh, not Big Nate. Let's see. Is this the right one? Okay, this is the right one. It's the updated one for the 9th, which will explain her video for the 10th. So let me share this. Boop. Got it. And this is what Ruby was anxious about over there. I know she was anxious over there.
Yes, I've been muting myself.
Right.
Oh, I keep it under wraps.
All right. So would you like to read the update? You see how much it is, everyone. It went down
Oh, yes.
194, 410.
Oh, yeah. It's you know what? That's crazy because when I just opened it, it was actually it was a little bit lower than that. So I guess, and this is the thing. If you look at the comments underneath it, you see people are saying, "Yeah, no, I understand it's a scam, but I'm still donating because I don't think it's exactly a scam." Basically, in essence, right? So now this is an update, right? Who cares what happens to being evicted? Help me. We all know that part, okay? So let me read the update now, okay? And actually, no, before I read the update, I'm gonna tell you what she said because that's why I said I'm like legally she didn't actually say these are my kids. She said, "Hi, my name is Kelly and I have 3 daughters living in Nevada. We were maintaining just fine before this pandemic hit. Now we are suffering. We do have EBT for food and also applied for CHAP. I don't know what that is. However, they do not assist immediately. We owe $1,900 for rent alone, not including utilities. I will figure out utilities by pawning a few things. As you all know, it is entirely still too hot to be homeless. My daughters are 5, 6, and 8. Please help with anything you can." Right? So with the exception of her saying the word daughters, which of course implies that they are her biological children, she didn't technically say anything wrong.
Correct.
Okay. So now let's listen to her update on August 9th. She says, "Hi, everyone. Thank you so much again for your support on my fundraiser. I've been contacted with some concerns around my relationship to the girls mentioned on my fundraiser, and I'd like to clarify a couple things. The girls recognize me as a mother figure in their lives, but I am not their biological mother. My partner is the children's father, whom I do not live with." Do you hear that, y'all? She doesn't live with the father. These kids are at her house, but she doesn't live with the father. Okay. Yeah. And I take care of these girls in my home for periods of time and have for the last couple of years. I've loved these girls unconditionally and have been out of the kindness of my heart. I treat them as my daughters and care for them this way. This detail doesn't change my original need for donations to avoid eviction, and I will be using the funds to get back on my feet and support my family. As mentioned in my last update, I will also be putting money aside for the girls in a savings account, right? And then just as you want to donate. So I want y'all to understand, because this is the thing. I've been digging and looking. The mother, when that mother, remember I said at the beginning, I'm like, I'm not sure exactly, because she said, she made an arrangement with a friend to be caring for her kids 1 week at a time. She's talking about this woman. She drops the kid off to this woman. She doesn't drop the kids off to the father. The father doesn't live there. She drops the kids off to this woman. So
To the
she
father's
actually had,
girlfriend.
right, to the father's girlfriend. So, and that's why she was saying at the beginning of her story when she's saying, I made an arrangement with my friend, and so my friend's taking them for a week, right? And that's why she like mentioned the baby father, but then didn't expand and whatever, because she's talking about this woman. So she has been dropping her kids off very regularly to this woman. So now you understand why they're bashing the father, and they just keep going at him and how he ain't shit and he ain't part of their lives and he doesn't this and he doesn't that. But they're not talking about her. They're allowing you to assume the assumed implication that if the father's not in the kids' lives, then this woman isn't. This woman has nothing to do with them. But it's not true. This woman is the other parent, quote unquote. She's the other person taking care of their kids. And she's dropping, the biological mother is really dropping her kids off to this woman to take care of those kids. Okay.
And she must be comfortable if she's able, if she feels, to leave the kids with this woman.
For years, for a couple of years, this has been happening. So now you understand why I'm looking, she's a liar. She's lying. And she's doing it on purpose.
You can see it right between her. You can see her lying right between her damn teeth. Like, a shift manager at Taco Bell.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Let me think of that Latina chick working at Taco Bell.
Yeah. Right. Shift manager, though. Shift manager.
Like, there's motherfuckers with food trucks making more than shift manager at Taco Bell.
Yep.
Talking about, I ain't stand on my feet. Look. Those are all personal issues, ma'am.
Yeah. She made this arrangement because she knew that the girlfriend. And now, and I'll say this, right? Char, do you actually have information on the father that you were going to release? Or can I talk about it now?
Talk about it after I finish this skit.
Okay. I'll go into after.
Yeah, right after. All right, so you guys heard Ruby read the updated GoFundMe. People were able to ask for their money back if they wanted to, and that's why it is down. Okay, so the mother, this is the next day, August 10th, the actual biological mother peeped at that and saw what was going on, and this is what she had to say.
I just need to clarify this. That is, I don't know what you guys are thinking. I don't care if she's a stepmom. I don't care if she's been involved in my kid's life just for a little bit of time. What she did was wrong, and it's not excusable. And at the end of the day, for you guys to sit here and support that is wrong too. I've been busting, working 2 jobs, 8 months pregnant. And I have never been desperate. I'm desperate for money too. Who ain't desperate for money? But I've never put up a GoFundMe page saying, lying upon kids that aren't mine. For you guys to keep believing this, and for you guys to sit here and keep donating, it's killing me. Because for the simple fact, she don't have my kids like that. She never did. None of them did. I've been with my kids for years and years. I've been here breaking my back for these kids of mine. And then for you guys to sit here and keep going back and forth with this story is crazy. I don't even have a lawyer to pay to try to do this as a fraud thing, because that's so messed up and everyone knows it. No, everyone knows it. My kids come back yesterday telling me how all of them is going to be rich. You think that's right? You guys are messed up, and I feel so alone and messed up because ain't nobody here to try to even support or try to stop the page. You guys just keep donating and donating. Donate to my kids if that's the case. If you want to donate to someone, those are not her kids for the last time. My kids never lived there. Never. And just because I said they go there for a couple of days out of a whole 3 years, 5, 7 years, it doesn't mean nothing.
So if that's the case, let me sit here and say I had them for a couple of days out of the year. Let me get to whatever the money is up on. You guys are wrong. You guys are so wrong, and it's so messed up because it's so messed up that none of y'all will sit here and try to help. And y'all just want to keep donating and donating to this lady and believing her. It's just sad.
So sad.
It really is.
Why y'all doing me like that?
And I'm over here sitting back and I can't do nothing. All because you guys are just sitting here and posting and posting and donating and donating. That's wrong. I'm a single mom of 7 kids. Not 1, not 2, not 3. And so what if I had all these kids? I sure did. And I sure did keep them. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to keep them. I'm trying to raise them. And I've been doing it without sitting here and making me a GoFundMe fucking page. You guys are everybody's out of line for believing her and for sitting here and donating. She ain't never had my kids like that probably. So what? You helped. That's once in a while. I'm just letting you know this is so wrong. I'm just letting you guys know because I'm so tired. It's been going back and forth, back and forth.
Tired looking at that app back and forth.
It's just wrong. You guys, this is wrong. It really is. For the real mom to have to sit back and watch all this.
I'm about to watch all this. David ain't giving me nothing. Now, I know you guys like, okay, that was mean, Char. That was really mean.
That was perfect.
But
That was great.
I actually wanted you to make sure you paid attention because what she did was just say all about me is me, 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 me. That's all she was doing. And this is how, in my opinion, how she should have handled it. If it went this way. If it was that he said, okay, I'm going to get my girl to do this and I'm going to get some money. Because I'm a hustler, that's what I do. And I've always done that in the end. And the money it was 225, 500. And or whatever it was at the time they had the conversation. She should have just said, hey, I want half. Those are my children. You take half for your eviction because that is true. You were getting evicted. The other half for the kids. That's what the people donated for. The eviction and the kids. We split it down in half. We go our separate ways. I ain't got no problem with that. But David like, oh, no, I ain't going to give you no half now. I can't give you half. That's too much. And she should have just said, okay, well, I'm going to blow up the spot, as you guys say.
Look, you know what? I'm gonna throw a bone out there. Because I remember when I first dubbed the term derelict Negro male, right? It was like, well, what about the women's? It was like, are there derelict women? Like, yeah. And we are literally reviewing one. Everything is about herself. Now, mind you, like, how's she gonna get mad? You dumping the kids off of somebody else. You're making your kids somebody else's responsibility. If anything, donate to my kids. They are donating to your kids. Nigga, your kids can't make fucking adult decisions by themselves.
But here's the thing, though. You guys listen to what this is a mother, right? So think about it this way. You push these children out of you, literally.
I sure did. I sure did.
And then they've been alive for 5 years, 7 years, 8 years, right? Okay. So let me ask y'all a question. If y'all had 3 out of 8 kids, so you had 3 kids, right? Minimum amount of time that they've been alive is 5 years. Would you talk about that? Like, I've been taking care of them for the last few years.
Constantly, every video, every interview.
Right. She doesn't say, those are my kids, I've been taking care of. She keeps giving a specified time frame, as though she wasn't in their lives until a few years ago. And then because she's been in their lives, period, in some contexts, finally taking care of them, now she thinks she deserves a piece of the pie. That's what it sounds like to me. It doesn't sound like she raised these kids from birth, like any of them. Like the way she's raising it.
It kind of reminds me of LeBron James' dad.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Wasn't in his life when he was, coming up. but then when he goes pro, now he wants to be, central figure, right?
Exactly. Mm-hmm. That's what it sounds like, right? So that's thing number one. Thing number two is look how much her story has changed again. It doesn't matter that she takes care of my kids some of the time. Wait, I
It
thought she
shouldn't
never saw them
matter.
ever. I thought she didn't know them, right? I
It
thought it was
doesn't
like
matter if
they
they're
only saw
them.
her once.
I mean, just think about it. She don't want the woman who's been taking care of her kids for the last who knows how many years to get nothing for taking care of your fucking responsibilities.
Mm-hmm. Right? And
Like
then
I
that
told you, like
fine.
society. I told you, society. We start losing all sympathy for women with children once they reach. Once that 4 is the threshold, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got
4
some
is
stories sticking to it.
right.
Yep.
Yeah, 4 is the threshold. Like, one come out. Like, oh, such a miracle. 2, it's like, great job. Like they have a little brother or sister. 3, like, hell, you might want to slow your roll a little bit. The
Mm-hmm.
4 was like, you at that point now. Where start considering the, twos tie and all of that.
Birth control.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then
Now,
5 is like, I can't tell this bitch shit. Just go ahead and make your own decision. You want to keep
yep.
having all these damn kids. You know how black folk is. Black folk let you pop out 5 kids around black folk. Like, ain't nobody sit up there and tell you to have all the babies.
Mm-hmm.
Let me
Right.
It's
give a
true.
shout out to Vonda. Thank you so much for contributing to the channel. You have made Sheed sing. So Sheed, hit it.
Now, I want to add a whole nother dimension to this, y'all, because no one's talking about the father, whose name is David Allison, for the record. Okay. Now they're trying to paint Dasha Kelly, that's the scam mom, right? They're trying to paint her as some huge scammer because she tried to sue the casinos that she said dismissed her without cause in 2019. So that's really where her financial issue started, was technically before COVID, but fine. And then because she has a previous eviction in 2009. Like they're trying to paint her as a scammer as a result of that. But if you look at the boyfriend or the baby dad's history, I mean, he has a long criminal history, including very recently in 2019 of domestic abuse, right? Physical assault, which then paints another picture. Why is it that Dasha and David don't live together? Probably because of that domestic abuse thing that happened in 2019. But that being said, she still loves the kids, and
Thank
the
you both.
kids
And
still
Congresswoman
need
Bush, thank
a
you.
good parent, right? And so she's good. In essence, she's giving parenting that neither David, right, no, nor Shadia, right, can give these kids. Now, why would I say both of them? A, because they stayed together for like 10 years and kept popping up these kids together. B, because they're clearly both scam artists. So it's the other two that are scam artists. And Dasha Kelly, right, okay, fine. She shouldn't have done it in the way that she did and whatever. But I actually believe that if anyone cares about those kids, it's that woman. I
I'm
honestly
gonna
think
tell
that
you
she's
this,
the only one who cares for them.
and this is why my assumption is that white bitch pulled this off and tried to use the black chick to
Mm-hmm.
funnel money because once again, society don't give a fuck, especially about a white bitch with mixed kids. Society ain't giving a fuck about none of that, especially white males, and they're the majority of society, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not giving a fuck about that. They ain't about to donate to some white chick that's got mixed kids. Now let all of them kids have been blonde hair, blue eyed, and then let her go as a mother doing her damn self. Donations will come rolling in. But you saw what the background of the bitch house looked like. I mean, she got the United Nations. You got a kid from who knows where, half East Indian and shit. Playing with a box of fucking curry. You
Uh-uh.
got the actual Mexican kid playing with a stolen car radio, right? And so they're looking like, damn, she's been all over the place. And yet you're calling this woman a hoe? But ain't these yo mixed ass
Facts.
kids? See? See?
7 of 8. This one, that wasn't. Think about that. Dasha don't have no kids.
I
Dasha
mean,
Kelly has no kids except for
Right.
your kids that she takes care of, and I'm sure you don't pay any
yeah,
shit
at
for.
the end of the day, this woman, it has custody of your children. She has physical custody of your children,
Mm-hmm.
and they look like they are fine with her. They're not
Yep.
fighting her. They're not saying, "Where's my mommy?" They seem fine. They're
Right. They're
comfortable with
clean.
her, which
Yep.
tells me that she does have a history with these children. They do have some feelings for her.
Mm-hmm. Yep. They're clean. They're well kept. Hair's done. Clothing's all clean.
Man,
They
all you
are
gotta
very
do,
comfortable with her, just chilling.
let me give you a little lesson in body language. All you have to
Mm-hmm.
do is look centerfold at the little kid that's directly right to her right, which would be our left.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no fucking kid. Look, ain't no kid that ain't been around a person like that gonna be doing that to nobody.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And
She's
then the
way
little one
too
has her head on the
familiar.
shoulder all the time. They're all very familiar with her. The way they come up on her, they're comfortable with her. They trust her. They're very like that is a mother figure to them. Probably the only mother figure to them because Nate and Shadia aren't doing it.
They go
And I
one.
didn't want to mention the father because the girl, the friend, already said so many bad things about him. I didn't want to bring up none of
Oh,
his
and the
history.
friend. Don't get me
But
started
he
on
ain't
that
shit
big
though.
broly bitch.
So
The friend she looked like a big jealous broly bitch.
She's an instigator. She's an instigator. She's like, what? They're getting all that
yep.
money? Girl, you need to
Yep.
report it as fraud. You need to report it. If you don't do it, I'll do it. I'll call them. I'll do it. One of them friends
Mm-hmm.
that want to be all in your business more than you even want to, display your business.
Yep. But they're failing. You know how you know they're failing? Because the biggest donation, right? And you can see it on the GoFundMe page, right? The biggest donation is by this woman, something Kelly. Sorry, my stuff is freezing up. It's by or Keller, sorry. And she actually donates again. Meredith Keller. That's who it is. People are saying I've already donated before, right? Lorraine Shanley donated another $5 2 hours ago. I gave once before. The story isn't that remarkable. It seems that if you ask for what you need and you get it, that doesn't meet the definition of fraudulent deceit. This has turned into a verifiable witch hunt that I do not like, right? Someone wants to tear someone else down instead of taking responsibility for the mess they've created in their own lives.
Ta-da.
Oh, wait a minute. So yeah, it's funny because these kids aren't going to get any love or protection or whatever, and all the things that you're getting in essence for free from Dasha Kelly, unless Dasha Kelly has somewhere to live. Crazy that she couldn't go look for somewhere to work because she had to watch your kids.
I mean, you listen to the mother, right? You listen to the white bitch say it, right? I haven't taken a trip to Hawaii or Bahamas. Bitch, what?
Right.
What? Bitch, your kids is at somebody else's house.
Are you saying
You better worry
Which
about what's in
apparently
front of
she
you.
dropped them off there. Let's not forget that. This woman did not come and kidnap her children. If she's in this household and this woman, claims originally she dropped her kids off to her friend, not the father. The father doesn't even live with this woman.
Nope. Exactly.
But you drop your children off at your baby daddy's girlfriend's house.
Right. Right.
For a
you
week.
See what I'm saying? Just like they didn't come for her directly because they couldn't. That's why they're going for the baby father. They know ain't shit. Sorry, but he ain't. If you look at his very long history, he's just not. But that's why they're going for him and then letting you make all these implications yourself about the only person who's watching caring for her kids.
I'm gonna tell you the hustle, right? And this reminds me of how niggas used to, like when a chick would have too many kids and she would let somebody else claim her overflow, right? It's like, give me half the tax money, right? I'm gonna let you claim them, but you gotta give me half of the tax money, right? Because remember the child tax credit. Remember it used to limit you to 4 kids. That was it. You get the child tax credit for 4 kids max. After that, just a set price of like $200 or something like that, right? Now, I remember back in the day, motherfuckers used to do that shit. And this reminds me of, this reminds me a lot of that. where she tried to use this black chick, her friend, right? Because she can't get sympathy from society for the black kids. So she's all, yeah, we can run this hustle together. And then the black girl's like, I'll do it. But the black girl probably actually really has some love for them kids. Because I'll tell you this. Bitch, you got 8 kids, you ain't got no love for yourself like that.
Ooh, ouch. Ow.
No, real shit. What I'm saying.
I understand though.
Facts.
You can't you can't fucking take care of yourself, let alone the 4 previous that you had. But you having problems taking care of yourself. That you have to go and dump them off on somebody else who's literally been lifting basically half of your fucking load. Which tells you right there, you ain't got no fucking self-respect. Because I remember growing up back in the hood, back in the day, if one had that many fucking kids, she wasn't sending them motherfuckers nowhere. But probably to the store. But back in the day, a kid could go in and buy a pack of cigarettes for his mama or something like that. Black mama ain't sending no motherfucking kids nowhere. Least of all to go stay with a friend, nigga. No. Let you claim on the taxes, but that's about as far as that shit gonna go. But this chick cannot manage her own life to the point to where she has to dump her kids off of somebody else.
Well, to be honest, it sounded like she needed some help. I mean, she's got the 7 children. She's working 2 jobs apparently. She needed help with those kids.
And then to say, like, who's to say she really take care of any of her kids? How we know she ain't sending the other kids off with they daddies or they daddy
I think
girlfriends?
she is. I think she's sending them to like the friend that's there, caping for her. Because didn't that friend say that she's watched the kids and stuff? She's sending her kids everywhere but her. Everyone is taking care of her kids, and she doesn't think anyone deserves anything for doing that. Like the world owes her help. The world owes her free childcare. Like,
hold up. This chick is watching your kids for months, years at a time, right? Loses her job, runs into a financial issue, but your ass can't fucking pay her goddamn rent. But she got your fucking kids though. See, this is how you know that the mother, the sorry ass mother, that sorry ass white Latino Taco Bell eating bitch, is the one that concocted all of this shit. And whenever she was seeing how big that pot was growing, now all of a sudden, no, the money should go to me. And the woman that's got her kids like, no, I'll give you 10%, but there's a lot of shit that your kids need.
Yeah, she's going to give the money to the kids. She said it in the GoFundMe. She said she's going to use some money to get on her feet, and then the rest of it she's going to put aside for the children. That's what she said. That's what she's planning on really doing.
And you listen to the language. And you listen to the language. The black woman is saying, "My family."
Yeah.
She's not saying those kids, them kids. There's something personal. She has the personal feelings for these children.
Yes. Exactly.
And it's probably out of some kind of desire. Maybe she wanted kids with Dave, and it didn't happen. Dave might have been like, "I don't want no motherfucking kids, bitch. I already see what I'm going through with this bitch." Right? and so she's like, these are our kids, and I know females that do that shit, right?
Yeah.
That will take care of another woman's kids just to be close to the father, to show that she's worth, continuing having around.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yep,
exactly.
You see?
Well,
and so in reality, the white boy is full of shit. Why you sitting there talking about it's a shame that CNN would do this for their ratings? Nigga, you doing this shit for your ratings.
Yeah, and they're not going back. This is like a chitlin circuit. They're not going back. Everything is passed and moved on, and the ink is dry. They done.
Right. Like I'm thinking about even like, you know what, listen, at the end of the day, it's 1,000% crystal clear. If we dig deep enough, we are gonna find out where those kids have been and why that woman hasn't had anything to do with her kids, except for in the last 3 years, that she's been kind of doing something on occasion and thinks she honestly deserves a whole goddamn medal
Hey,
for being a mother to her children, right?
Hey, how much y'all want to bet that Dave Allison used to work at Taco Bell with her?
Stop it. Well, you know she was the shift manager. She hired him. Shit. She was the shift manager and she hired Dave, and then they had, several children together.
That nigga put 3 up in her. Like, thanks for this job, baby. I'm gonna be the greatest father ever with this Taco Bell money. They're like, you need a better job. Bitch, you're the shift manager. Give me a raise. Like, I'm not giving you a raise. I'm not giving you anything. And that's how he got the domestic. Turner.
Oh, Turner, not a Turner.
No, but I can understand this woman, the care that she has for these children. I've been a stepmom before, but I never, presented myself as a stepmom. As far as I was concerned, when that child was in my home, that was my child. And I treated that child as if I carried him for 9 months and gave birth to him. I didn't make any differences between him, and my birth child. They were both treated the same. And I to this day, I love him, so, it's just a mothering instinct. So when I'm looking at her sitting there with those children and the way that they are acting with her, they're not in any type of distress.
Which means that the real mom don't even give a fuck about those kids.
No, she doesn't. This woman cares more about the woman who did not birth any of these kids has willingly mentioned the children and the welfare of the children and caring about the benefits of the children way more than the mother has. Way more, by far. Right? Like, because that's what she's thinking about. She's thinking about, yeah, sure, no one wants to be homeless. Of course she's thinking about that, right? But she's also thinking about their welfare. She didn't expect it to go like this. She knew it was going to blow up into a problem. You could see the fear all over her. Fine. But now that it's gotten there, she said, okay, you know what? I'm going to take some of this help me, and I'm going to take the rest and help them.
You see that when society starts losing its empathy and sympathy for single moms, that threshold right there, depending on the number of baby daddies.
Yeah.
And baby mamas. See, for the single mom, I'll tell you, if she 5 for 5 from the field, it's a wrap.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look, a nigga hadn't escaped that mousetrap yet. You had 8? Well, that just means Dave Allison is he's one of the slower mice that couldn't escape.
I wanted to mention this. Don Teasy, she can't start one because she's receiving assistance, and you can't get any extra money, I guess you would say, outside of what your job is.
Look, the moment the mother starts a GoFundMe, she's gonna get thrown off of the food stamps. She's gonna get thrown off the aid. They're gonna rescind whatever the child or health care that the children are receiving, which is why she had to put the fucking kids over there and tell her to run the scam so that they can split the money. See, no harm, no foul. That way she doesn't have to report that as income, whereas if she did the GoFundMe herself, she would have to report that, which would get her thrown off of those programs.
And she's crying because she has no control. She can't do nothing. She already turned down a $9,000, and I guess they're gonna say, "Well, forget it then. You get nothing."
And see, and that's literally what's happening. Like, that's why I say the mother is the one that put all this whole scheme together. I'm gonna just use, because Latina
Hmm.
women don't really think too highly of black people in general, least of all black women who they look at as competition. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna just use this
Wow.
black bitch. She thinks she's my friend, but she's just a bitch I use to dump my kids off on, and I'm gonna have her run this scam. And then she wasn't expecting it to go further than $2,000. And then whenever, uh, why do you think one of the first things that the white girl said was, I'm you guys keep donating. like,
Is that
like,
what she said? Let me see what she said.
yeah, in that video that you were just playing.
That is, I don't know what you guys are thinking. I don't care if she's a stepmom. I don't care if she's been involved in my kid's life just for a little bit of time. What she did was wrong and it's not excusable. And at the end of the day, for you guys to sit here and support that is wrong too. I've been busting, working 2 jobs, 8 months pregnant.
All your
And
fault though.
I have never been desperate. I'm desperate for money too. Who ain't desperate for money? But I've never put up a GoFundMe page saying, lying upon kids that aren't mine. For you guys to keep believing this, and for you guys to sit here and keep donating, it's killing me. Because for the simple fact she don't have my kids like that. She never did. None of them did.
Then why
I've
did
been
you
with my
take him
kids
over
for
there?
years and years. I've been here breaking my back for these kids of mine. And then for you guys to sit here and keep going back and forth with this story is crazy. I don't even have a lawyer to pay to try to do this as a fraud thing
Talking
because
about
that's
busting it
so
back.
messed up and
All right,
everyone
bitch,
knows
only
it. No, everyone knows it.
talking
My
about
kids
busting
come
her
back
back.
yesterday
Busting
telling
her
me
back.
how all of them is
Yeah,
gonna
she
be
been
rich. You
busting her
think
back,
that's
all right.
right? You guys
Let niggas
are
bust on her
messed
back.
up, and I feel so alone and messed up because ain't nobody
You're
here
so alone.
to try to even
Oh,
support
about
or try to
humanity.
stop the page. You guys just keep donating and donating.
Just keep on donating.
Donate
and
to my
donating.
kids if that's the case. If you want to donate to
Bitch, they
someone,
are
those are
donating
not
to
her
your
kids for
kids.
the last time. That my kids never lived there.
You,
Never.
you,
And
you,
just because I said they go there for a couple of days for out of a whole 3 years, 5, 7 years, it doesn't mean nothing. So if
No,
that's the
that
case,
doesn't
let
mean
me sit here and
something
say I
is
had them for a couple of days out of the year.
You're a
Let me
whole
get
damn
2.
lie, bitch.
You know,
You
is that,
lied.
did she slip when she said 3, 5, 7 years? Did she slip when she said that?
What?
Yes. She's slipping. She slipped because she's creating a lie, so she's forgetting what parts of the truth. So no, for the last 3 years, oops, crap, I released the truth that I only had the kids for 3 years too. Uh,
so,
really?
but if anything, donate to my kids, bitch. She is donate. They are donating to your kids.
Right.
Your kids
Right.
are children. They cannot go to fucking GoFundMe and withdraw the fucking money out. An adult has to do that for them. So therefore,
Right.
ergo, bitch, they are donating to your kids.
So
If
she want.
anything, bitch, you should be grateful that somebody gives a fuck enough about your kids to donate.
Yeah, she wants that thing gone. I guess she said, if I can't get none,
Yeah, if
then
I can't
nobody
get it,
get it.
then nobody can get it. Well,
Yeah.
you
That's
know
why it's
what?
upsetting her. She keep
The
looking at it.
the proof
Hmm.
is in the pudding. If this woman, starts a fund for these children, puts, $10,000 in the fund, for these kids, and continues to, take care of them or whatever. I mean, it's like whatever. It's
Well,
like,
she can't touch it. Right. As of right now, GoFundMe has frozen her access to the fund. So people can keep donating. It's still up
Hmm.
and people can donate, but she can't touch it. So I guess they're determining whether or not they should allow her to touch it or not. And I guess that will determine. I think they're giving people enough time to take back their money
if
if they
they
want
want
to take
to.
back their money,
Yeah.
Right, because
right?
Well,
she's
yeah,
gonna
that's
get it.
all.
Hmm.
That's all Security Exchange Commission compliance, right?
Yeah.
Where they
Mm.
actually have to freeze the funds. Kind of the same thing that PayPal does, right? They freeze the
Mhm.
funds to give people an opportunity to reclaim it, right?
Mhm.
And they just have to do that because of compliance regulations, right?
Right.
But even but
Exactly.
even but even still, right? Must understand, just because you got birth certificates to some damn kids don't mean shit. You gotta prove possession.
Right.
And just like how we are examining like body language of the kids, the language of how they're writing uh these letters, the proposals for the GoFundMe's, like don't you think that their investigators are coming up with all of this too?
Of course.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they're like, because they have to go by the law, not what the fucking birth certificate say. It's just kind of, it's the same way with child support court, right? You could not be the biological father, but if your name on that certificate, by law, which is a binding contract, you got to pay that shit.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
See,
just saying
that's
again.
law.
I said that at the very beginning, though. If
Yeah.
all you have to prove that you are the mother of these children, you're involved actively in life, you don't have a picture. Like that's something that mothers do all the time, right? They pull out pictures of them and their kids, and oh, here's my kid when they were 3. Here's us when we're here. Yo, she didn't even think she wanted to pull out evidence, but all she pulled out were pieces of paper. Like
I'm
I
gonna
could
tell you,
make those
I'm gonna
pieces of
tell you
paper and
this.
print them at home.
You know why it was so easy for her to keep dropping those damn kids off? Because she has some kind of animosity, some kind of vitriolic animosity towards the father. Which is why when you really look at that interview with the white dude, they were just making it about more so the father, even the big broly
the
transgender looking bitch.
the friend.
Oh yeah, the so-called called friend.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it looked like a nigga I used to hang drywall with.
Uh-uh.
She had 4 arms like pop out of fucking Sailor Bears.
Mm-mm.
Mhm.
But I really want
Looked
to
like she
point
got a
out
mean headlock on her. She's got a mean headlock game on her. The forearm. Monster.
I really want to point out, when it comes down to social media, too many people put their business out there, and I wish people would just slow down when it comes to that. I've seen where people say, "I'm going to the store." Okay, I'm in the store. I'm on my way back home. Now I'm back home. I'm going to
Or
gas station.
I'm stopping to get something to eat. Here's what I'm eating.
Right, just the footsteps. And I've seen, or I've heard, I'll put it that way, I know of someone, had their car stolen because they went on vacation, left the car there, and, they came back. It was nice and gone because they had announced that they were going on vacation, where they going, when they going to be back, all that stuff. And they were like,
TMI.
oh, yeah, because
TMI.
previously they posted, we got a new car. Look at my car. See
Oh
my
Lord.
car. Look at my rim. See, I'm at the gas station. See, I'm at the cash station. Just
But see, but
posted
see, you know,
everything.
but see, you know, I've always advocated against people, especially black people, from using their personal stories as some kind of evidence because it's anecdotal anyway. But let's just go by the data, right?
Hmm.
Once you start injecting your personal stories, look, niggas use each other's stories against them all the time,
Right.
Yeah.
right? We keep seeing it over and over again. It's like, oh, how come you don't show your face, nigga? I don't need to show you what what the fuck I look like. What you trying to date me, nigga?
He want to see your jawline.
Right.
Right, my jawline fresh than a motherfucker too. You know what I mean? Like, yo, and my line up crisp as hell. Okay, because that razor, once you get that razor lining, and you keep that razor lining in, every time your hair grow in, shit, you barely need a shape up. So my jawline fresh as fuck. But see, what it is that we keep seeing it as like a recurring theme over and over again.
Yeah.
Where these keep, they try to be a little more open with themselves, and then they put themselves out, and they always just use it against you. Find something wrong with it. You could be the most perfect motherfucker on here, as we've seen some very perfect motherfuckers on here, and somebody's got to find some fault with it.
Yeah.
Right?
Just
It's like somebody gonna find some kind of fault with it. You could be the most educated motherfucker with the most money, with the freshest, hair, fit, hell, for women, nails, teeth, be straight, all of that shit. You be a fucking perfect 10. And you're gonna have somebody, I mean, look at the shit that Suspicious Samuels does. Right? Got some chicks that he's not even on these chicks' level. And he's sitting there judging them by picking out something that he finds undesirable. Right? Telling women that you're average at best. Like bitch nigga, you have not seen this woman at her best.
Right?
You are going by a 10, 15-minute conversation that you've had with this woman. You have not seen this woman at her best. But every time you get on a screen, you are presenting your best every single time. And your best is lackluster compared to these women at their best.
Yeah.
Because let's just keep it honest. Let's just take the chick that he was disrespecting the one day with the pet. She shaved dog balls for a living or something like that.
Oh, the dog groomer. She's being harassed and stalked and at her job, and I don't know about home though. But yeah, it's
right.
bad.
So she this woman runs a pet grooming business, right? Which means she getting buku bucks because
Oh yeah.
the majority of society is white, and white people love their
They
fucking
love their
animals.
dogs. They love their
Yes.
dogs.
And then she's the only game in town with, you know what? We need a pet groomer around here because all these crackers got all these dogs. Like, fuck that. I'll save some dog balls for 6 figures.
Okay. Nice pension. Yeah.
Hell, set up your own picture for what for as much white folk pay for the damn dog. Hell, I'll even have sweaters for sale in the damn dog shaver.
Okay. I'll be over there sewing.
Like, whenever your dog come out after the shave, you're gonna be a little cold, so we got these sweaters
It looks
just
so
for your
nice on
dog.
Poochie. Oh, great fit. It just happened to fit him. And I only had one left.
White folk come out in their whole pocket, right? And see, and that's what I say. Like, that's what I always would tell people on panels. Like, stop using your personal life as evidence or proof of something. Like, and not to toot my own horn, but there's a lot of niggas, and I'm gonna just keep it 100. A lot of niggas that wish they had my life.
I'm pretty sure.
Matter of fact, like niggas I used to be associated with, always used to act like a bunch of jealous bitches. And I would never stun on motherfuckers until they try to stun on me. Like, nigga, you gonna sit there try to stun on me, nigga? Like, when I know your situation ain't really landing like that.
Yeah, I don't get
Like
all
when,
of that.
as I remember, O'Shea did it. O'Shea like, oh man, just cerulean, this broke ass nigga. Like, broke nigga, ain't nobody on Patreon broke nigga. First of all, second of all, nigga, I'll put your whole fucking mother's and father's house in my front lawn, nigga. Like, that's how big my yard is, nigga.
Well, I was
Like,
broke. I was donating the dollar Patreon, so yeah, I was broke.
but no, you're not,
Well,
because
you
if you had
can.
a because if you had a dollar to donate, I wouldn't say that was broke at all.
Oh,
As a matter of
okay.
fact, I would say the nigga should be grateful for that fucking dollar.
Oh, so 6 figures too. All right.
Well,
Right?
but see, even if and that's a funny thing, because even if I was a 6-figure nigga, if I was a 6-figure nigga, ain't nobody gonna know about that shit. Well, I don't want niggas to be up in my financial business like that. No way.
Yeah,
Yeah, everything's not for everybody.
true.
I don't want niggas all up in my business like that. Like, look at me. Like, actually, because I actually did that in my late 20s and shit. But it was like, and then when I was like 30, I kind of like grew out of it. Like, that shit's stupid. And then I started seeing some of my partners getting popped off for being too flashy, right?
Yeah.
Right? You can't pull up certain places in an exotic or a foreign car and not be harassed by police. You just can't do that. And then not only that, but you have niggas that'll do the fake congratulations, like them niggas used to do over there. Fake congratulations. That's really low key contempt and hate. They don't really want to see. And basically, when I, like the way I'm talking about it, that's everything that I'm saying is what I see coming from this fucking biological mother who's a fucking derelict. Because you talk about, oh, it's so wrong for these people to donate. Why are you lashing out to people that actually give a fuck enough about the story? Mind you, this is going to your kids. Why would you lash out at the people that are donating, that gave a fuck, that literally showed the best of humanity, right? That showed the best of humanity to support someone else or their kids in need, and then you lashing out at the motherfuckers that have that humanity, right? And then you
It's
talk about
greed.
you.
It's greed.
I've been over here busting my back, bitch. You ain't been doing nothing but busting it wide open.
And whichever she bust, that was her option. That was her
You been letting
choice.
niggas bust on her back. That's what she been busting.
Oh Lord.
You know, that's not something that people should have to pay for. And I should be the one, because that's what that is. And I should be the one. And look at me, and I should be the one. Feel sorry for me. I'm by myself. It's so hard. And that's every time she went live, even when being talked to, interview, that's always coming up. And I'm like, when you focus on yourself like that, I'm like, you're taken away. So we know, even though you may say it's not about the money, no, that's not true, because you're constantly talking about the money.
Or
Right.
always talking about
And
something that's money related. I've been
Hmm.
busting my back with 2 jobs. Just because you work 2 different shifts at Taco Bell and you work doubles, bitch, that ain't 2 jobs. That's one long ass job.
Ask for some overtime and all of
Like,
that.
bitch,
And
you work at Taco Bell. Bitch, you gotta work doubles at Taco Bell to make something.
shoot,
Shit, you working at Taco Bell with 8 kids, bitch, you basically sharecropping.
there is no
well, and the thing is, right,
tips.
at the end of the day, for all the people who sit there and are anti-welfare moms and anti all of that, I want y'all just to think for a second that, first of all, this woman never went to court. The mother and father never went to court. Honestly, I'm again guessing, if people dig into Shadia, just like they dug into David and they dug into Dasha, we'll find out that Shadia ain't shit either. Now, other than just what we're seeing here, I mean, like literally, she
Yeah.
probably has a splotchy past as far as everything. Now,
No, but this
with
actually
that
speaks
being
to it.
said, hold
Oh,
on,
go
hear me
ahead.
out. Okay, so now with that being said, right, if we dig into them, I'm pretty sure we're gonna find that. But you guys are anti-welfare moms and anti-child support out there, right? Okay, well, guess what? What's her face? Shadi is getting obviously some form of welfare, but guess what's not happening? Child support. Do you know why it's not happening? Because someone like Dasha Kelly is willing to love the children of someone else and to put her whole life and her welfare and her well-being on the line to love those children above herself, even though the kids are not hers. So really, at the end of the day, if you guys want to sit there and be attacking or angry or whatever at somebody, Dasha Kelly's not the one to be angry at. Yeah, fine. She ran a little bit of a scam. She said, "Hey, listen, these kids, I swear, they're my children." Didn't give you all the full details. But let's be real. She's been the one who's, it looks like, honestly, has been the primary caregiver of those kids for years, and she seems to be the only parent that honestly cares enough about these kids to be a primary caregiver. That way, we don't have more teen moms coming up because no one cared about these kids. So I think, I'm not saying we should applaud her for the scam portion of all of this, right? But I am saying that maybe we need to shift the blame to where it belongs, which is firmly on the shoulders of the two ain't shit
No,
parents
no,
in this scenario.
but see that represents a bigger problem, right? The two problems that I see, right?
Mm-hmm.
Niggas will be critical of this black woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
But hold up, you ain't critical of this because this is they Stargate, they Latina Stargate.
Mm-hmm.
I already thought shit was gonna be so much better. Nigga, Nate up in the talking about, oh, it's so hard for me. Why it's so hard for you? Because you got Nate up there eating all your goddamn kids' cereal, bitch. That's why it's hard for you. And Nate ain't
Mm-hmm.
there for your damn kids. Nate is just there to give you some therapy dick.
Oh Lord.
Never heard that one.
Oh yeah, that's therapy dick. This where niggas be needing a place to crash. They see a bitch with a whole bunch of kids suffer from postpartum depression. I'm like, if we give a little dick cheer up and ease on up in the house.
Wow.
Mm.
Hey, I got niggas like that in my family, and every nigga does, and if they don't, they lie.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So Nate is basically another kid that she's got to, take care of. Talking about she been busting her back, yeah, but getting busted on her back.
Look, you know what? Listen, at the end of the
But
day, I don't
but
feel
check it
sorry
out.
for her.
But hold up.
Mhm.
Here's the second thing, right? Real quick. Remember I talked about immigration and its greatest tragedy
Mhm.
with foreign aid and shit, and
Okay.
how Latinos, which this is a Latino, which
Mhm.
proves my great American trick bag, that proves it 100 times, well, at least 8 times over, that these Latinos that come to this motherfucker and they underperform motherfuckers that's already living here. Hold
Mm.
up, you a Latina, and this economy has been structured literally all throughout the second half of Obama to all of Donald Trump's presidency and even Biden.
Mhm.
It's trying to keep structuring this shit around to make everything so easy for immigrants or so-called, especially those of Hispanic or Latino nature. And bitch, you're failing. How the fuck you failing in an economy that's structured around you where you get the piggyback off of white women to such a great degree to where you don't even come up in the fucking statistics when we're talking about single mothers. Oh, why is that? Oh, because you're technically a woman of color, which throws this bitch into the same pot as black women, right? Which is how the numbers get skewed for black women. But she is the reason why the Hispanic population, she is one of the reasons why the Hispanic population has been outpacing black America. You see that?
Oh,
Ah, see,
interesting.
and she's underperforming, and she's underperforming women of her own damn peer group that are native born Negroes. Hell, this bitch is underperforming Trailer Park Trash. Trailer Park Trash is outperforming this woman.
Well, I mean, to be fair, this is the type of woman who has like such great judgment that she picks the kind of man who has charges that involve not just domestic assault and scamming and whatnot, but also cruelty to animals because he will just apparently kick anything that's down. So I mean, that's the kind of great judgment that she has to not have one child with him, but to have a minimum of three with that man and then wonder why things are hard for her.
But see,
God
but
knows
see,
who the father of the other children are, but really at that point, why did you keep having more?
but see, we have to contrast and compare because who are the other fathers of these children, and why the fuck haven't they
Mm.
said shit? Oh, that's
Mm-hmm.
right. Because I guarantee you, a couple of them babies are by white dudes, a couple of them babies by some Latinos, and they basically dusted their fucking hands off of this bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
If they even
That's why.
know.
That's why our household looked like the fucking United Nations Council.
Mm-hmm.
Got a goddamn kid from every goddamn continent. Got kids from
Yep.
above the equator, below the equator, western and eastern hemisphere. She
That's
literally has
right.
been throwing that ass in a circle, or rather a globe.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
But you'll call the black woman that's taking care of your kids the hooker and the whore. Like, but see, the black girl who's taking care of your kids ain't got kids from different land masses.
That's true.
See how that work?
Mm-hmm.
So true.
Sad but true.
Well, I will end it here, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to thank you all for joining the panel and everyone in the chat room. And hello, everyone, to my backup channel over there on the Char Willie Conversation with Char channel. Thank you so much. I appreciate your views, your likes, your shares. Had a couple of shares tonight. Thank you so much. And
Nice.
we're getting there. I want to build up the numbers over there. Since we're paying for the stream yard, I'm getting enough donations. I figured let's share on both channels. So that and
Nice.
Facebook.
Yeah,
Nice.
I actually
Hmm.
need the link to your backup channel because I don't think I'm subscribed to the other one
All right.
unless it's been unless you just started getting active. Because what I noticed is that YouTube unsubscribes me from
Oh,
channels that if I haven't looked at them in a while or if they've been inactive, they'll start unsubscribing people.
I just noticed that too.
Mm.
oh, okay.
I've been
Yeah, they
Hmm.
actually,
unsubscribed to a few
it's funny because
channels.
they actually did that with me with Xavier's channel, right?
Oh, wow.
Hmm. Yeah, they unsubscribed me of a lot, but like it wasn't even from me not being active. If I just didn't look at certain channels for like 2 or 3 days, Cerulean channel's one of them, Gabs, Game Changer. There's a lot of people I just didn't see for like 2 days, and then like I never saw their content again. And a lot of people I assumed weren't making content anymore. And then I would like bump into their content somehow and be like, "Oh, you're back," and they're like, "I never left. Make stuff four
Yeah,
or five days a week." And I was like, "What the
it's that
hell?"
crazy. Yeah, it's something with that crazy algorithm, right? And
Hmm.
or when the algorithm pushes other channels down, it
Hmm.
and because that's that thing they call shadow banning. That's when
Okay.
the unsubscribing and all that stuff starts to happen. Like on its own, it does that.
Hmm. It's annoying.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll get that to you shortly. And thank you so much, everyone. Tune in tomorrow for article reactions. We'll have some stuff for you, and always some Karens for you.
Always.
So
You
six
know what would be a
thirty,
classic on the way out song, Char? Is
a
that
song.
throw that ass in a circle?
Well, I'll have to hum it because they'll shut me down. But I'll
Comment.
Now that would be too petty. I don't want you to be petty like me. And then,
okay.
but that's what I'd play if I was covering the story.
I heard that. But 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow for article reactions. And until then, everyone, have a good night and peace.
Cheers, y'all.
Peace
Salute to
out,
the
family.
nation.
There you go.